said I stole the show. I hope you can make it next time on The Kid and the Goose Gay.
Give them everything. Give them your time. From the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. For ideas on spending time with your family, visit family.mormon.org.
Katie Ray Davis with the singing of the Star-Spangled Banner here on Proud to be an American Night. The Mudbugs wearing special USA Liberty jerseys with the Statue of Liberty figure at the bottom. Special red, white, and blue jerseys sponsored by Advanced Air Conditioning and Heating. Looking very sharp. And we're ready to drop the puck tonight with Bossier Shreveport Mudbugs hockey. The Mudbugs taking on the Fort Worth Brahmas for the third time this season. Steve Mears with you on KWKH AM 1130. So glad you've joined us on this Friday evening. Starting goaltenders are brought to you by ShreveNet. Off to our left is Larry Sterling. Just 22 years of age, 2-0-1 this season, 3.24 goals against average, and a .900 save percentage. And off to our right is Ken Carroll, 5'10", 175-pound goaltender out of Oil City, Ontario. 4 straight wins, 3 of them he has allowed just 1 goal against. 5-1-0, 1.65 goals against average, and a .938 save percentage. Kenny's off to our right, Sterling off to our left. And the Mudbugs attack right to left offensively in period number 1 with those special red, white, and blue Liberty jerseys. The Fort Worth Brahmas in the white shirts with the purple and black trim. And your officials for this game are brought to you by Fun Shop 2. Kevin Mighton and Brad Sotak are your linesmen. And at center ice is Frederick Lecoyer. He's got the orange armbands on as our referee for this evening's action. Brett Smith is at center ice, ready to lock up with Nick Udovicic. Smith, Manitowoc, Brassard starting up front for head coach Scott Musket. The Mudbugs control the opening draw, and we're underway with Matt Nicholson swinging the dump in down low into the zone off to our left. Chopped at by Adam Davis, and it sits for Nick Udovicic. He's away back towards center ice. Udovicic angles it into the Mudbug zone. Going after it is Matt Nicholson. Nicholson bumped by Brian Bansner, pushed up the wall, and it's Chris Brassard motoring ahead with Brett Smith in over the line. Drop past Brassard, wrist shot, and a save by Larry Sterling. Just 23 seconds into action as that line goes at it again with the speed and the skill. Smith, Manitowoc, and Chris Brassard. That time Brassard doing what he does best, is getting that puck on goal with that wicked shot of his. Keys to the game are brought to you by Budweiser. Key number 1 to stopping the Fort Worth Brahmas is stop their big line. Woolert, Paquette, and Lundbaum absolutely deadly this season. And key number 2 will be the goaltending of Fort Worth. Keep an eye out on that with Larry Sterling facing the Mudbugs for the first time in his young career. Loose puck back behind the cage. Off to our left, poked at by Dave Sumrick to the far wing. Blevins trying to contain for the Mudbugs, but it's flipped out by the Brahmas, and Joe Gerby retrieves at center. Across for Quaid Lightbody on the near wing. Gains the center stripe, or not quite, apparently. Just by a hair, we get an icing call. Just 45 seconds in. And we'll bring the face-off all the way back towards Ken Carroll's zone, as Kenny is 1 win away from 100 in his pro career. 82 of his 99 career wins have been here with the Bossier Shreveport Mudbugs. Of course, he took the 1 season off, 2001, 2002, to go to the ECHL. Didn't care for it, decided to come back here. Back home to Bossier Shreveport. Wrister from the blue line by Brandon Carper is cradled by the Mudbugs goaltender. He's in the hockey game, and we'll drop it off to his right. Or make it left as they try to figure out where they want to go. Just 50 seconds in, each team with an early shot on goal here at the Century Telcenter on this Friday night. Mudbugs weekend hockey. Tomorrow the Memphis River Kings in the building. Scott Shepard on the far wing, nudges it out towards center ice, gets it back, and now ahead. Dan Wildfong takes a shot from Chad Wooler. Those two are old friends, and they're tangled up in the neutral zone right now, staring at one another. Dump in by Fort Worth. Ken Carroll paddles around to the near wing. Martin Paquette stepping in, trickles up the wall, whacked by Wildfong back out, and McPherson with a little chop for Chad Wooler, but he was able to get the puck in deep, and Wes Blevins has control behind the Mudbugs cage. No score here early on. Quaid Lightbody with his head up, slides it up ahead. Forbes McPherson will swing it in, down in deep, and going after it is Sheldon Najelski. Fires it around to the far wing, cut off by Scott Shepard. Chipped down low, past McPherson to the near wing. Martin Paquette bounces it back behind his own goal, but it's hopped on by Dan Wildfong. He looks to cycle, goes all the way up top to the right point. Jason Basil Shovels towards Shepard. Along the blue line, a good pass across. Wildfung right side. Looking for the one-timer was McPherson. It was poked away by Najelski. Fired around to the near wing. Into the near corner for Dan Wildfung. He spins around trying to get it towards the front. Dan Wildfung all the way to the top of the zone. Now sails it to the left wing. Shepard gloving it down. Top of the circle. Wrist shot, and it's kicked out by Sterling. Penalty coming up. And it'll be against the Fort Worth Brahmas as referee Fred Lecoyer signals elbowing. And Martin Paquette is going to sit down. A good shift there to start it off. Shepard, Wildfung, and McPherson. Good cycling. And Martin Paquette is going to sit down on the elbow. Just 2 minutes and 3 seconds in. The Mudbugs will have a power play opportunity as they enter this game 11th in the CHL, 14.29%. And the Fort Worth Brahmas penalty killing 6th in the CHL, 85.29%. But the Brahmas lead the league in shorthanded goals. They have 5. To the blue line for Travis Bell, good hold in, creeping into the circle, tried to force it in front. It was blocked away by Aaron Davis, and he's able to slide it all the way down towards the Mudbugs' end. Ken Carroll's going to drop off for Chris Broussard. He quarterbacks. Broussard across for Travis Bell, galloping through center ice. He'll saucer into the far corner, racing after it. Joe Gerby for the Mudbugs. Behind the goal, taken away by Adam Davis. Tugged from behind, kicked out by Travis Bell into the corner, and now tapped behind the cage. Craig Soke finding it on the far side. Nice little dropper for Joe Gerby. All the way to the blue line, right point, Chris Broussard just nudges it down to the corner again. Adam Davis, bumped from behind by David Oliver. It squirts over to Aaron Davis, and he goes airmail back out towards center. High stick on the puck is going to be called against the Mudbugs. It was knocked down by Travis Bell, and that'll bring the face-off all the way back towards the Mudbugs end with Bossier Shreveport on the power play. 1:16 to go in that Martin Paquette penalty, as the Mudbugs have an early power play chance here against the Fort Worth Brahmas. Now the number 1 power play unit steps on for Scott Musket. Shepard, Wildfung, McPherson up front, Blevins and Basil. Now defensively, and it's Forbes McPherson looking to rev it up for the Mudbugs. McPherson through center ice, gains the center red line. He'll stash the dump in down low. Larry Sterling plays to the corner, but on the pickoff, far wing, sent down by McPherson. Now touch Shepard into the corner. Wildfung jumps on it for the Bugs. Hit from behind, but he left it for McPherson. Back into Scott Shepard. Shepard on the near side. Up the near wing for Forbes McPherson. Gets some room. Now pumps it down low. Scott Shepard along the goal line. Stick handling, still hanging on. Goes to an empty point. It'll go all the way back towards Ken Carroll's neighborhood. 33 seconds to go in the penalty to Martin Paquette. Wes Blevins behind his own goal. And the Mudbugs again. Motor across right to left. Shepard for Brett Smith with the Jets on. Into the zone left wing side. Now stops. Hanging on, taps it up top. Quaid Lightbody across the stripe, right point. Blevins, a wrist shot, bounced just wide. Behind the goal, Dan Wildfung. Into the corner for Brett Smith. Up top, Quaid Lightbody. Fires a wrist shot. That one was blocked by Udavicic into the corner as he got his stick on that one. Poked it back towards Scott Shepard. Trying to leave it at the blue line for Blevins, but off his stick to Udavicic. He shovels it out, and Martin Paquette is back onto the ice sheet. The Mudbugs fail to score on the early power play chance. It's Quaid Lightbody with possession, scaling it off the glass, and it ricochets back out towards center ice. Joran Welsh backhanding right back in, and Ken Carroll will drop it off for Travis Bell. Bell's pass off the skate of Lyle Steenbergen, pops back towards the Mudbugs defenseman, and it's Travis Bell. Good pass across. Ryan Manitowicz breaking in, carrying down in deep. Up against the end wall, just tosses it around softly to the near wing. Jay Banich able to reverse back out towards center. Travis Bell spins it across on the far wing, overskated by Sumrick, jumped on by Lyle Steenbergen, in over the line, sidesteps the check, got tripped up though, penalty coming up against Fort Worth. The touch behind the goal by Aaron Davis and Lyle Steenbergen with a nice little stutter step move over the blue line. Wanted to go into the middle, but he got tripped up. Legs were taken out by Joran Welsh, and tripping is going to be the call from referee Fred Lecoyer. .448 the time. Mudbugs go right back to work on the power play as Fred Lecoyer is not afraid to call it at any stage of the hockey game. We've seen that early on this season. Bugs control the draw, and it's Travis Bell to the far wing. Soke lobs it down in deep. Swiped around by Oliver for Gerby and tapped up top. Chris Broussard, the blue line, fires a shot, and that one sailed wide. Looking for the tip was Oliver. Rolled back towards Travis Bell off his skate, and it does leak out towards center. The Bugs will rewind. Right at center ice, Bell for Broussard. Tried to go across. Yoss off his stick to Soki. High slot for Gerby. Pinball the way to the blue line. Kept in by Travis Bell. Right side. Snaps it in down low. Brandon Carper cancels out with Oliver. Near corner, Joe Gerby with control. Surveys the scene. Gerby down in deep for David Oliver. Centering pass towards Soki. Battling for it. Just past Gerby to the blue line and past Brassard. Bugs regroup again with 1:15 to go in their second power play chance. Craig Soki into enemy ice. Left side, slapper, and that one sailed wide all the way around the boards and out. Wes Blevins, fresh off the bench, retrieves for the Mudbugs inside his own blue line. He'll drop all the way back for Jason Basil as the Bugs counter with Scott Shepard, Dan Wildfong and company. McPherson stepping on to join the trio. And it'll be Wes Blevins in neutral ice, weaving through center. Rolls the dump in off the stick of Davis and punched out. The Bugs have to regroup again. 40 seconds to go in that penalty to Joran Welsh. Brassard for Shepard. The Bugs again bottled up in their own zone. Basil quickly outlets for Dan Wildfong. Pass across though. Nearly picked off by Paquette. Grabbed by Lundbaum. He drops it back and it'll be Adam Davis clearing. 24 seconds to go in the power play opportunity. Shepard leaving for Wes Blevins. And it's Blevins trying to get the motor going for the Mudbugs. Gains the center red line and rolls the dump in down low. Going after it, Mark Hines fires it off the window and back out towards center, Matt Nicholson. Regrouping in his own blue line. 7 seconds to go in the power play chance. Nicholson down the left wing side. Rubbed into the boards. Paquette battling, comes back inside the blue line. Shepard, deep slot. Reshot on a pad save by Sterling. Back to the blue line for Matt Nicholson. Lob back towards Manitowicz. Try to feed it in front. That one picked up by Paquette. On the steal, though, far side. Looking for it, McPherson. And it went past his reach, and it'll be rolled all the way back towards the Mudbug zone. This will be an icing call against the Fort Worth Brahmas, as they've been able to kill off two quick disadvantages here in the early going. The shots are 4-1, but we are scoreless. 7 minutes and 5 seconds into period number one here at the Century Tel Center. Brad Lukowicz no longer with Fort Worth. He has decided to leave. He went back to Tampa Bay to get his Stanley Cup ring, as they had a pretty boring ceremony. Big slap shot by Travis Bell off the end wall, comes all the way back out towards center as Lukowicz went back towards Tampa Bay to get the Stanley Cup ring, came back and has decided to leave the Fort Worth Brahmas. But still a very dangerous team. The Brahmas winners of 7 in a row. Lyle Steenbergen top of the zone, try to force it down low. Udovicic on the pickoff for the Brahmas. And that'll be cleared all the way down by Fort Worth. As Udovicic guilty of the icing call there. 12:30 to go first period, no score. Brandon Carper was immediately signed by Fort Worth once Lukowicz decided to leave. Veteran defenseman Carper, former Austin Ice Bat, Amarillo Gorilla. And Brian Lundbaum has returned to the Fort Worth Brahmas after a stint in Grand Rapids of the American Hockey League. Face off to Sterling's right. Big lanky goaltender Larry Sterling, 6'2", 180 pounds. First look at him this season. It's been Dan Murphy the previous two meetings between these squads. Tapped around by Nick Udovicic to the near wing, trying to chip it free, Jay Banich. And at center ice, Craig Soki sends it back towards the Brahmas circles. Joran Welsh, tape to tape for Udovicic, and now hoisted back towards the Mudbug zone, but another icing call against Fort Worth with 12:07 to go in the first period. No score. Slow start to this one. Pretty quiet here in the building as well, as these fans here at the Century Tel Center just looking for something to get up and cheer about. Mudbugs putting some good pressure on to Larry Sterling. Maybe the best scoring chance. A wrist shot from Scott Shepard from the high slot, which was kicked out with the right leg by Sterling. Wrist shot by Chris Brassard, top of the circle. Buzzed over Sterling's head. Back out to center ice. Cranked right back in by Jason Basil. And it'll be Mark Hines regrouping for the Fort Worth Brahmas. All the way across for Dave Sumrick. Head manning for Aaron Davis. And now the Brahmas break free with Jan Yoss in over the line. Upton takes the dropper. Fed one in front. Off a skate but wide. Far wing. Basil tangled up with Jan Yoss. Brett Smith takes it away. Lead pass. Too hot to handle for Manitowicz. And back towards the Mudbug zone is Matt Nicholson. He flips it across. Jason Basil one-hands it out and finds Brett Smith on the flank. Gains the center red line and chips the dump in down low. Heads off on a wholesale line change as Fort Worth looks to complete the breakout. Rolled down the left wing side. Jan Yoss scoops it high up in the atmosphere. Bounces off to Ken Carroll's left. Quaid light body Taps it up the wall for Dan Wildfong. Wildfong feathers it ahead. Scott Shepard cruising in over the line. Dropper for Forbes McPherson. The captain stepping in. Try to feed it in front. Blocked by Carper. Near corner. Reaching for it. Brian Lundbaum takes it away. Dropped it off. Gave it right to Forbes McPherson. Centering pass. All the way back up top. Travis Bell reaching for it. Couldn't find the handle. And Martin Paquette takes it away. Spins away from Travis Bell. Tried to drop it off for the incoming Lundbaum. But it's angled out by the Bugs. And Brandon Carper cranks it right back in. 10:45 to go, first period. Zeros on the scoreboard here in Bossier City. Shepard for Gerby. Flipped into empty space. Brandon Carper ahead for Paquette. Touch for Woolard. Chad Woolard, 50-foot wrister, and that one's denied by Ken Carroll. Scramble for it right in front. Grabbed by Soka, and he coolly banks it off the boards for Joe Gerby. Gerby ahead. Over the red line, over the blue. Joe Gerby dipping down the left wing side. Twisting and turning into the corner. Leaves the puck for Soki. And it'll be grabbed on the near wing, pushed up the wall by Lundbaum. Paquette couldn't clear. Nicholson towards the goal, and a save by Sterling. He hangs on with Joe Gerby bearing down on the Brahmas crease. 10:14 to go, first period, no score. As the Bossier Shreveport Mudbugs tangle with the Fort Worth Brahmas in the third of 10 meetings on the year between these two clubs. It'll be Craig Soki, Joe Gerby, and David Oliver stepping on for Scott Musket right now after the loss to Tulsa last Friday. The Mudbugs switching the lines up a bit, at least lines 2 and 3, that is. Puck rolled back towards Larry Sterling. He's going to hang on as Craig Soki is fishing for a loose puck. 10:03 to go in period number 1, no score. A newly formed line, Brassard, Manitowicz, and Brett Smith ready to step on right now. Boy, were they outstanding on Tuesday against the Memphis River Kings. Combined +8. Produced all 3 goals. Ryan Manitowicz, Brett Smith, and Chris Brassard, each of them on the score sheet. But they can't win this draw, and it's Joran Welsh hooking around his own goal and starting the march ahead for Fort Worth, left to right. Tipped through center ice by Nick Udovicic, wide of Ken Carroll, and that's an icing call. Udovicic behind the center red line. And we'll bring the face-off once again back to the Fort Worth end. 9:53 to go in period number 1. No score. As I said, a slow start to this one. But the Bugs will grind it out with all these face-offs coming in Larry Sterling's end. Early shots are 5-2 in favor of the Bugs. 2 power play chances, but they failed to score. Joran Welsh leaving it behind his own goal. Adam Davis, pass picked up by Ryan Manitowicz. Dips back behind the goal, centering pass. Brett Smith pushing one wide. Behind the cage, sticking with it. Brett Smith rubbed out by Adam Davis, and now the puck corralled by Jay Banich, looking for Brian Bansner. Couldn't find that one, and now it's Brett Smith in over the line. Smith hooked down from behind. No call from referee Lecoyer, and now grabbed by Brian Bansner, and he powers his way out towards center ice. Floating it across, Adam Davis chips it down the left wing side. Might have a step here coming into the corner. Tries to bank it off Ken Carroll, off the side of the cage and back in front. Cleaned up by Chris Brassard, and he'll start the rush for the Bugs the other way. Brassard taps it across, but behind Wildfong. Again to the far wing, Sumrick guns it towards the Mudbug stripe. Brassard on the pickoff across for McPherson and touch down the right wing. Dan Wildfong looking to apply some pressure on the forecheck. Big hit on Mark Hines. Hines battling up against the end boards. Digging for it, Wildfong. Squirts along the corner board. Shepard stepping in for the Bugs. Sumrick tied in with Forbes McPherson. Scott Shepard doing battle. McPherson comes away from the scrum. Turn around. Wrist shot off the outside of the goal. Behind the cage, Sterling. Wildfong in there, as well as Hines, and the net was dislodged. As we'll get ready for a face-off coming up off to the left of Larry Sterling, and Shepard and Sterling look at one another. Larry Sterling, 6'2", 180-pound goaltender. First look at him this season. Played junior hockey in the USHL, but that was back in 2001, 2002. Just turned 22 years of age. Here's a giveaway again by the Brahmas. Gerby, a centering pass, digging for it, David Oliver, but it's taken away on that near wing by Brian Lundbaum. Ahead for Paquette, tape to tape for Chad Woolard. In over the line, snaps a wrist shot that smacks off the glass behind Ken Carroll. Up against the end wall, Craig Soki finding Joe Gerby. He spins around and he volleys it off the boards back out towards center. Sheldon Najelski flipping it right back in. Ken Carroll leave it on a tee for Jason Basil. 8:12 to go first period. Still in search of our first goal. Jason Basil hoists it high up in the air all the way down. Icing will be called against Bossier Shreveport with 8:05 to go in the first. No score. Mudbugs wearing these special USA Liberty jerseys, sponsored by Advanced Air Conditioning and Heating. They'll be auctioned off to fans immediately after this game. And tomorrow night, first 1,000 fans getting free Mudbugs pucks, courtesy of Tim Miller Trucking. A lot going on here in this holiday weekend at the Century Tel Center. Adam Davis, left point, wrist shot off the arm of Ken Carroll, and it lands in the near corner. Grabbed by Ryan Minatowicz. He reverses around, looking for Brassard on the pickoff, though, at the blue line. Upton into the left circle. Aaron Davis up top. Adam Davis upped into the slot. Aaron Davis again up top. Adam, slap shot denied by Ken Carroll. Into the far corner, Jan Yost tangled up with Brett Smith. Chris Brassard doing battle. Blevins to the blue line, held in by Darrell Upton. He scales it in all the way around, past Blevins, behind the goal. Aaron Davis, centering pass off the stick of Ken Carroll, and skated away by Brett Smith. Smith through center, left wing for Manitowicz over the line. Offside called against the Mudbugs. 7:24 to go in period number one. No score. As the Mudbugs take on yet another Northeast Division opponent, 4th out of 5 consecutive games against teams from the Northeast. Bugs 4-2-2 against division opponents this year. Tomorrow night, the Memphis River Kings in town, 7:05 p.m. face-off. And then after that, we'll be seeing a lot of the Brahmas and the River Kings here at the Century Tel Center. Next 6 home games for the Mudbugs against either Fort Worth or Memphis. So some huge contests against two of the Bugs' biggest rivals. Gerby a near steal at center. Udavicic, though, dropping it back for Mark Hines. He shovels it on the backhand all the way down. This is going to be another icing call, and apparently it will be. And we have yet another whistle. 7 minutes to go first period, no score. Both teams just trying to get some kind of a flow going, but it's just not working thus far. 6-4 the early shots in favor of the Bossier Shreveport Mudbugs. Mudbugs defeated the Brahmas 5-2 here on October 22nd on opening night. And then October 30th, shootout win for Fort Worth at the Fort Worth Convention Center. Near side, wedged off the boards, but not out. Matt Nicholson creeping in, left wing side, wrist shot and a save by Sterling as Nicholson powered in. Clearing attempt failed for Fort Worth. A good cutoff by Nicholson, and all of a sudden a big C opened up. He was able to skate right in, and the wrister looked like he tried to tuck it underneath the arm of Sterling or maybe between the legs. Definitely what you want to try to do, especially with that 5-hole on these big lanky goaltenders. Talked about it on Tuesday with David Lemanovich. And Larry Sterling that time was able to go down in the butterfly position and deny Matt Nicholson, the rookie defenseman. Another defensive zone face-off win for Fort Worth, and it's Sheldon Najelski, far side. Look out, clipped down was Brian Bansner, and a penalty coming up against the Bossier Shreveport Mudbugs. Dan Wildfung is going to sit down. As Brian Bansner just got his legs taken out from underneath. So tripping the call, says referee Fred Lecoyer. 13:22 the time, and the first power play chance for the Fort Worth Brahmas will be upcoming. Fort Worth on the power play, 5th in the CHL, 19.05%, a huge weapon for them. And of course, the big names come to mind, especially Chad Woolard, power play specialist. He's got 5 with the man advantage this season. Check that, 9, leading the entire CHL. Chad Woolard over the line, right side Lundbaum, flips it right towards the middle, blocked by Steenbergen, and he's got time and room, and he will sail it all the way down the left wing side and get back towards the Mudbugs bench. Soki and Gerby hop over. 1:35 to go in the Dan Wildfung tripping penalty. Brad Lukowicz was the quarterback for Fort Worth. Joran Welsh out there right now to the right side. Brian Lundbaum in over the line. Chad Woolard overtaken by Gerby. He hammers it around the boards all the way down. 1:18 to go. And that penalty call to Dan Wildfung. Chad Woolard, 9 power play goals. Lundbaum and Paquette can certainly put up the numbers with the man advantage. Brandon Carper on the blue line. Slides it across for Joran Welsh. A touch for Brian Lundbaum. Looking to squeeze past Travis Bell. In deep, Lundbaum. Up top for Joran Welsh. Right point across. Brandon Carper with control. Pass too hard for Lundbaum. Goes all the way around. Below the goal line is Paquette. Corner to corner for Lundbaum. Next in line, Joran Welsh up top, center point. Carper right there. Tried to settle the puck down. Another pass too hard for Lundbaum. Into the corner for Travis Bell. He'll just stand right there, and now he blasts it off the stick of Lundbaum all the way down the full 200 feet. 33 seconds to go. And that penalty to Dan Wildfong off for tripping. Brandon Carper in his own zone. Bank pass ahead, finding Jan Yass into the Mudbugs end. Yass, stutter step move, trickles that one to the side of the cage. Backhanded by Ken Carroll to the corner, Upton though on the cutoff. Yass up top with control. Adam Davis to the perimeter again for Yass. Near corner, Aaron Davis, Jan Yass, right point, stick handling now, takes a drive, and it's blocked up high by Forbes McPherson and deflects into the protective netting above the glass. 5 seconds to go on the Wildfong penalty, 4:43 to go, first period. We are scoreless here at the Century Tel Center. Good work by the Mudbugs penalty killing, keeping that puck on the outside. And a couple of ill-advised passes by Brandon Carper, resulting in a Mudbugs clear. Wildfong back on. The Bugs able to kill off their first disadvantage. Here comes Jan Yass in over the line. Slap shot, and it's kicked out by Ken Carroll from the top of the circle. Yass letting it fly. Ryan Manitowicz on the near wing. Angles out for Lyle Steenbergen. Center ice, chipped across. Manitowicz in over the line. Pushed right on goal. Smith looking for it. But it'll be covered up by Larry Sterling. He smothers that one, as that puck just skipped a little too much for Ryan Manitowicz. 2-on-1 nearly developed from the blue line in, but the two were bunched up to begin with, and then Ryan Manitowicz couldn't get that puck to settle down, just sort of pushed it right towards the goal, and Larry Sterling was able to find it. 4:16 to go, period number one, scoreless game. Joe Gerby on the face-off, but another face-off win for Fort Worth, and it's Najelski to the far wing. Looking to move it across was Brian Bansner. Ricochets back in deep in the Fort Worth zone. Oliver behind the goal for Joe Gerby. Neat little stick handling move. Fed one in front. That one blocked away by Najelski. Back up top. Light body, a booming shot, but that one missed wide. To the right point for Soki. Chipped down the wing. Cut off by Carper. Trickles back to neutral ice. Bansner a good bank pass. And he finds Jay Banich in over the line. Dropper for Udovicic. Wrist shot off the fingertips of Ken Carroll. And it'll be Travis Bell leaving in the near corner for Quaid Lightbody. 3:40 to go in the first. Pass ahead, tipped by Gerby towards center ed. Soki a little bump on Brian Bansner. Quaid Lightbody swings around his own goal. Bangs it off the glass and back out to center. Hopped on by Scott Shepard, 2-on-3. Pass across, knocked away by Mark Hines. Inside the blue line, though, Soki keeps it alive. He rattles it in down low. Najelski, far wing, ahead for Bansner. Flipped across, Paquette fresh off the bench, but it's grabbed by Brian Lundbaum. Over the line, left it for Paquette, a wrister that was headed off the target. Ken Carroll reaching out with the go-go gadget arm. Able to find that one in his left hand. 3:10 to go. Period number one, no score. Good to be back on sportsjuice.com after some technical problems here on our end. But you can watch the game on chltv.com or join us with the live audio on sportsjuice.com for the rest of the 2004-2005 season. Face-off win for Fort Worth. Chad Wooler leaving for Joran Welsh. Wrister sails harmlessly into the corner. Scott Shepard rides into the glass with Paquette. McPherson ahead for Dan Wildfong in the outlet feed. Dan Wildfong scoops it in down low. Joran Welsh fires it around. Wildfong reversing back into the corner. Welsh cutting it off. And ahead, a good pass for Brian Lundbaum. Lundbaum with the motor going through center ice. Hounded from behind by Forbes McPherson. Welsh the dump in. Near side, Joran Welsh up against Scott Shepard. In the skates, both players comes back to Paquette. A slap shot, sticked away by Ken Carroll. Near corner, Scott Shepard wedges that one high up in the air, and that will land in the photographer's box, just barely, as it first of all landed on the dasher. And that one dropped right behind Mr. Chris Cowan between the two benches. 2.5 to go in the first period, no score. As Daryl Upton will step on with Jan Yass. Yass has 8 points in 11 games. Slovakian-born player. Levens to the far wing. Chris Broussard. Mudbugs on the breakout. Light body ahead. Tipped by Smith. Manitowicz trying to move it across. But it's Upton sending it back out towards center. Aaron Davis on the pickoff, gave it away to Ryan Manitowicz. Bugs all over those loose pucks. Manitowicz fed one in front behind Chris Broussard, and now it'll be rolled out by Aaron Davis. Quade Lightbody far wing in front of the penalty boxes. Puck grabbed by Brett Smith. Manitowicz over the line. Wanted Brett Smith. He was tugged from behind. Now Jan Yass takes it away, and he'll just knuckle that puck back towards Mudbugs real estate. Quade Lightbody going in after it. Upton on his tail. Puck left for Wes Blevins. 1:45 to go in the first period. Blevins outlet feed. Wildfong up in the air. Broussard trying to knock it down. Nijelski through center ice. Redirected in by Jan Yass. Dan Wildfong regroups for the Bugs. And the Mudbugs will start the rush once again. Dan Wildfong shipped over the blue line. High slot blocked away by Joran Welsh. Now rolled back out through center. Brian Bansner, diagonal dump in. Near corner, Matt Nicholson away from Nick Udavicic. 1:16 to go in the first period. Dodge intermission report coming up. Udavicic on the far side. Jumps on the loose puck, rolled into the corner. Jason Basil on the defensive chores. Nicholson lost control. Udavicic forechecking for Fort Worth. Bansner on the far wing throws it towards the goal. Sailed right in front of Ken Carroll wide. Around to the right point. Joran Welsh, a slap shot blocked. Back towards Upton. A quick shot save. Scramble for it right in front. Trinkle's side of the crease. Ken Carroll's got that one underneath the pads. Banich shoving in front. David Oliver right there to add some more muscle to the fray, but both players skate away from the top of the crease. Jay Banich, not the easiest guy to move out from right at the edge of the blue paint. 6'6", 240 pounds. Pretty solid checking line put together by Al Sims with Nick Udavicic, who's put on some weight this season, is now more of an enforcer, unlike last season with the Corpus Christi Rays. Off of Chad Woolard's skate right to Travis Bell, a quick shot. That one denied by Larry Sterling. Soki up top for Travis Bell at the right point. Dangles away from Chad Woolard. Poked into the corner. Mark Hines worked over by Soki, but it's kicked at right to Lundbaum and now tipped out by Chad Woolard. Foot race for it at center. Martin Paquette against Quade Lightbody. Swept away by Lightbody. And out towards center it comes with 15 seconds to go in period number 1. Dodge intermission report is coming up. On the far wing, Forbes McPherson dropping it back for Quade Lightbody. A little peek at the clock. 7 seconds to go in the first period. He'll toss the dump in down in deep, and you'll hear the horn in the background. Pretty uneventful first period. No goals to tell you about. Both teams with an opportunity on the power play, but were unable to capitalize. And your score after 20 minutes from the Century Tel Center here on Proud to be an American night. The Mudbugs 0 and the Fort Worth Brahmas 0. We will take a break and return. Coming up, I'll be joined by Michael Hebert, who's up here with me. We'll be getting his opinions on the Mudbugs thus far this season. And also we'll have your Nextel out-of-town scoreboard coming up here between periods 1 and 2. 0-0 after one period of play. The Bugs and the Brahmas meeting for the third time this season. We'll take a break and return with the Dodge Intermission Report. This is Bossier Shreveport, Mudbugs hockey, right here on KWKH, AM 1130.
Got a second? Sure, I'll call a timeout. Fine. Did you do an end zone dance when you got an email this morning?
Yeah, I love that!
Yeah, well, we don't. Now, you've been trying to start the wave in meetings.
Team's counting on me! Go team!
Hey, you're freaking the team out.
The Real Yellow Pages and RealPages.com from Bell South don't claim to understand sports fanatics, but as the #1 directory in the Southeast, the Real Yellow Pages provides real solutions for things like tailgating supplies, season tickets, and even face paint.
Bill, I need that report by 5.
5, 4, 3!
Now, just 5.
High five!
Statistics provided by Knowledge Networks SRI, Industry Usage Study 2002.
Returning home after an illness or injury is a team effort at Garden Court Nursing Center and Heritage Manor of Bossier. Their rehab teams include physical, occupational, and speech therapists, all working together, along with the nurses, nurses' assistants, and other team members to provide competent care 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. For more information on the quality services at Garden Court and Heritage Manor of Bossier, call Amy at 458-0104. That's 458-0104.
People with a life-limiting illness sometimes need more than medical care. That's why there's LifePath Hospice Care Services. A team of experienced, skilled specialists give needed help and support, but they need your your help. Volunteers do not need special talents, simply a desire to serve. You could read to patients, help with child care, drive to the doctor, help in the hospice office. There are many ways to help. So won't you Life Path Hospice Care, to comfort always. 222-5711.
Aramark is proud to help sponsor this live Mudbugs broadcast. You know, in the business world, it's a fact. When it comes to increasing sales, image is everything. So make your mark with Aramark. The world leader in uniform services, Aramark knows that professional logo apparel increases customer trust and confidence. That means more sales for you. Put Team Aramark to work for your company today. In Shreveport, call Chris or Rusty, 686-2983. Make your mark with Aramark. And go Mudbugs.
Choosing a center for laser vision correction can be very confusing. But Doctors Thomas Blanchard and Norman Zavader at Red River Eye and Laser Center can help you clear up the confusion and achieve clearer vision with less dependence on glasses or contacts. Red River can perform either wide area conventional LASIK or wavefront guided custom LASIK. Financing is available. Call Red River Eye and Laser Center at 318-212-7894 or toll free 866-212-7894.
At First Louisiana Bank, we're in business to help your business. With over 100 years of commercial lending experience, our staff understands small business. Starting ourselves as a new business just 5 years ago, we know what's necessary to run a successful business, and we can help you make yours more successful. First Louisiana is the business bank of Shreveport Bossier. I'm Ron Boudreau, president of First Louisiana, and we want to be your business bank. First Louisiana, member FDIC.
Left it on your doorstep, and here I am.
So I talked to my doctor about my prostate.
Hey, anybody watch figure skating the other night?
I did. That triple sow cow was perfect.
Yeah, that was just a thing of beauty.
Men would rather talk.
One period complete tonight from the Century Tel Center on this post-Thanksgiving evening in Bossier Shreveport. The Mudbugs scoreless with the Fort Worth Brahmas. Steve Mears back with you here on KWKH AM 1130 for the Dodge Intermission Report. No score after 20 minutes of play. No goals to tell you about. Each team with an opportunity on the power play. In fact, the Mudbugs had two, but failed to score, obviously. Dan Wildfung went off on a tripping call, and then it was the Brahmas' turn halfway through the first period, but they were unable to capitalize. And the first period shots were 8-6 in favor of the Bossier Shreveport Mudbugs. Maybe the best scoring opportunity came with Scott Shepard from the high slot, letting go a wrister from about 40 feet out, which was denied by goaltender Larry Sterling, who is making his debut against the Mudbugs this season. Larry Sterling, 6'2", 180-pound goaltender, 2-0-1, but first matchup against Bossier Shreveport. Thus far, pretty solid. 8 saves, so hasn't been tested too much. But right now, he and Ken Carroll have been perfect, and we are scoreless after 20 minutes of play. We'll take a break and return. And Michael Aber will be joining me here in the Dodge Intermission Report. We'll get his thoughts on the first period and a lot more in Mudbug country after this break. No score between the Bugs and the Fort Worth Brahmas. Here from the Century Tel Center, it's Bossier Shreveport Mudbugs hockey tonight on KWKH AM 1130.
The Sony High-MD Walkman player with removable 1 gig high-MD discs and 25 hours of battery life. Unlimited discs means unlimited music. Sony, like no other.
What's the #1 diagnostic center for today's modern, highly complex transmissions? AMCO. Just listen to one of the customers who made us #1. John Thompson, Bridgeport, Connecticut.
I had been four garages. They wanted to replace the transmission, and I decided to take it to AMCO. The AMCO guy had the problem.
222-5000.
And AA MCO.
At First Louisiana Bank, we're in business to help your business. Since 5 years ago, we know what's necessary to run a successful business, and we can help you make yours more successful.
LifePath Hospice Care, serving you and your loved ones with a compassionate approach to care in your home or nursing home setting. Live life fully, maintain dignity, and keep personal control over life. Call LifePath Hospice Care Services to comfort always.
You see the lights and you hear the siren. Now, what do? Don't hit the brakes. Instead, move over and slow down to let the emergency vehicle pass. If in busy traffic, slow down and pull as far to the right as possible to allow the officer to clear. In an emergency, every second counts. You never know if the call involves one of your friends, your neighbors, or your family. When you see the lights, pull to the right.
No score in this Northeast Division battle tonight at the Century Dell Center. The Mudbugs and the Fort Worth Brahmas, top two teams in the division, 5 points separating them. Fort Worth in first place, Mudbugs in second place. No score after one period of play. And Steve Mears is here back with you on the Dodge Intermission Report. And I'm joined by our good friend Michael Hebert here in the broadcast booth. Michael, did you have a good Thanksgiving?
I did indeed. I had a very nice time. Went to South Louisiana, got to visit a lot of family, and of course, the food is always fantastic in South Louisiana.
It's got to be great. It's like we were talking about before the broadcast here, different world down there compared to up here, it seems like. But cuisine is phenomenal.
It's very, very remarkable. Despite what many have asked, we did not have turkey boudin or turkey gumbo. We did have a lot of the traditional foods that most people serve, although one thing that we like to do, and I think it's certainly catching on in other places, not only around the state but around the country, is to deep fry your turkey as opposed to putting it in the oven or in a smoker.
I certainly enjoyed mine yesterday, I'll tell you that.
Good stuff.
Your thoughts on the first period here thus far? Pretty uneventful thus far. Not a whole lot to talk about whatsoever. Each team with a power play opportunity or two, and right now we're scoreless, but it seems like we just need that one little event, maybe a big hit, fight, goal, something to just get the building going.
No doubt about it. I mean, something that I was looking over, a lot of the, as always, phenomenal game notes that you prepare for everyone prior to the games. And as you mentioned, in this game so far, 8 shots on goal for the Mudbugs, 6 for the Brahmas. Both teams scoreless on the power play. And looking over the previous 5 games from both these teams, remarkably similar records, remarkably similar statistics. The goalies in particular, Larry Sterling with a 1.85 GAA compared to Kenny Carroll's 1.23 GAA. Kenny, of course, 4-0 in the last 5 games with Jeff Blair having the one loss. Dan Murphy 4-0 and Sterling 1-0. So incredibly, the combined goals against average for both goalies on each team is 2.0. So pretty remarkably similar statistics, remarkable win-loss records as well. I think the major difference at this point in the season between these two clubs, as compared to the Brahmas teams I've seen in the past, is that in one-goal games right now, I think the Brahmas are 4-0-1, and the Mudbugs are 1-2-2, and that's the biggest difference. Specialty teams would be the only other thing that I've seen, with Fort Worth 5th ranked on the power play, 6th ranked on the penalty kill, and of course the Mudbugs doing an outstanding job, ranked 4th in the penalty kill, and not quite going just yet on our power play, ranked 11th, but I think they'll get there.
All right, well, last week was an interesting weekend for the Bossier Shreveport Mudbugs. They had that dreadful performance against the Tulsa Oilers 1 week ago, and then responded in a huge way against the Oklahoma City Blazers. Just the genius of Scott Muskie coming through there. He was not happy with the boys after the Friday game, made them skate afterward, and now here we are with the Bugs. 2 very solid performances, and I would be very shocked if they had a performance like last Friday ever again.
I think the best way that Coach Muskie put it to me when in talking to him the following night was that he basically walked into the locker room and said, you know, boys, this can be either a crisis or a challenge. and individually, each of you need to ask yourself, how do you view what just happened to us? It's either a crisis or a challenge, and before you come to the rink tomorrow night, you need to know in your heart which one that's going to be, and certainly I think the boys have responded. It's going to be a challenge. They stepped up, played probably the best game I've seen them play in a long time that Saturday night, and certainly have went on the road to Memphis and looked outstanding on that game as well.
Some big games coming up here. Not this one, very huge against first place Fort Worth. Tomorrow, Memphis River Kings. And you take a look at the schedule with all these games against division opponents, Northern Conference opponents. The race for those playoff spots is going to be awfully tight come February and March. What do you expect here? Which teams do you think is going to really stick around there in the next few months as one of the top playoff contenders in the Northern Conference?
Well, I think it honestly is going to boil down to which team can stay healthy and which team can start executing their power play and their penalty kill, special teams in particular. You can't ever say it enough that when you do what you're supposed to on the ice, given the opportunity with the power play, stay out of the box, force the other team to play your game. I think that's going to be the team to handle. And right now, I'd have to say these Mudbugs and the Fort Worth Brahmas are probably two teams that are going to be battling out down the stretch because they look very good in spite of some of the movement up and down, some guys going to the A, and then of course Lukowicz leaving the team. They're still playing very good hockey right now.
All right. Well, what do you think about second, third period here? Is one of these teams going to just run away with it here, maybe explode and really get the game in their hands, or is it going to be like this, just tight checking, low scoring affair all the way through? What do you think?
I feel like there's going to be a limited amount of space out there. It's going to be very tight checking, and I can say that neither of these two teams have yet to lose a game when they were leading after the first period or the second period. So I think the team that can work hard, create a turnover, and get an opportunity, and of course hopefully our guys will do it, I think that's the team that's going to come out ahead. And I might add that when the Mudbugs defense scores a goal right now, we're undefeated.
There you go. What do you think about the jerseys?
Outstanding jerseys, as always. I just want to say one thing. God bless all our troops, men and women all over the world who are serving the interests of the United States and keeping us safe here so that we can be out here for events like this to play hockey and enjoy ourselves. I have two brothers in particular that are serving in Baghdad and are looking at the possibility of going to Fallujah in about 2 weeks. So my thoughts and prayers are with them and with all the men and women who are serving all over the world.
Especially this time of year. You got to be thinking about our troops, and definitely proud to be an American night. Very appropriate here on this evening at the Century Till Center. Michael Hebert, our guest. Thanks so much for coming on here as always. We'll take a break and return with the start of period number 2. 0-0 after one period from the Century Till Center. The Mudbugs and the Fort Worth Brahmas. More hockey action coming your way right after this timeout on KWKH, AM 1130.
If you need money for that special holiday gift, for that very special someone, turn to your friends at First Capital Loan in Shreveport. Big loans or small, loans up to $20,000 at First Capital Loan, where you're treated like family. In many cases, get your money in about an hour, and you're ready for holiday shopping. Call for your free credit application, 687-0018, 687-0018. When you need that extra money, think First Capital Loan. First.
It's pouring rain. It's real dark outside. Your heart starts beating really, really fast. You've never done anything so hard in your life. This is boot camp. This is the real thing now. It's such extreme pain, you don't understand how you can finish. I began to feel that there was no way I was ever going to have my title, U.S. Marine. It takes special inner strength, courage, and desire to do this. I was just thinking, I'm so close. I'm so close. And when I finished, I was like,
Could have been, though.
I did it.
Probably should have been.
The moment I will never forget is when this drill instructor that I admire so much comes up to me straight in front of me, put her arm on my shoulder and said, "Good morning, Marine."
PSC Summer Volkman became a United States Marine. Can you? Call 1-800-MARINES. Maybe you could be one of the few and the proud.
I'm Jamal. My grandpa died of lung cancer because he smoked 3 packs a day.
I'm Sally. My aunt lives in a town where the air can be so bad, she has to stay inside a lot.
Soy Miguel. I have asthma. Clean air, clear lungs. That's what the American Lung Association is all about.
They're fighting big tobacco.
Bad air.
And the asthma epidemic.
You can help.
Call 1-800-LUNG-USA.
And join the fight.
Brought to you by the American Lung Association of Louisiana. On the web at lungusa.org.
KWKH Shreveport, a Clear Channel station.
We're back live here at the Century Tel Center. Steve Mears with you on this Friday evening. The Bossier Shreveport Mudbugs and the Fort Worth Brahmas are scoreless after one period of play. It's Mudbugs hockey on this holiday weekend. Hope everyone had a very wonderful Thanksgiving yesterday and had fun shopping this morning or this afternoon, whenever you may have gone. Maybe you were wise enough to stay home and just prepare for the hockey game tonight and save the Christmas shopping for later. Either way, thanks so much for joining us and spending part of your Friday evening here with us. Ken Carroll leading his troops out there, hitting the ice. And he will be in the goal off to our left. Larry Sterling will be off to our right in period number 2. And the Mudbugs decked out in the red, white, and blue USA Liberty jerseys. On Proud to be an American night, will be attacking left to right offensively here in the middle frame. No score, shots 8-6 in favor of Bossier Shreveport. And as we get ready for the start of the second period, let's go to the next tell. CHL out-of-town scoreboard. Oklahoma City with a 1-0 lead against Lubbock at Lubbock, Texas after one period of play. Memphis has a 2-1 lead against the Topeka Tarantulas after one at the DeSoto Civic Center. The River Kings trying to snap a 3-game losing streak. San Angelo a 2-0 lead against Rio Grande Valley. The Killer Bees in danger of losing their 10th consecutive game. Bees trail the Saints 2-0 after one. Amarillo a 3-1 lead against Austin after 20. Laredo has a 1-0 lead against Corpus Christi. The Rays have won 5 consecutive games. They are starting to put it together. So much talent. And all those former Indianapolis Ice players, Greg Bullock, newcomer to the Rays this season, newcomer to the CHL, is third in the league in scoring. And then you throw in the Bernie Johns and the Jason Bairds and Ryan Carters from Indianapolis. And the Corpus Christi Rays are at the top of the Southeast Division, but they trail Laredo halfway through the first period. Just getting underway, Wichita at Colorado and Odessa at New Mexico. Brett Smith at center ice with Nick Udovicic underway with period number 2. Mudbugs control. Matt Nicholson dipping down the right side, angles it in right on goal. Sterling swats it across for Joran Welsh. Left wing pass for Brian Bansner, and it's tugged back out towards center ice. Chris Broussard bumped off the puck by Nick Udovicic, and he chips in towards the Mudbugs circles. Tumbles to the ice with Travis Bell on the far wing. Breakout for the Bugs. Chris Broussard over the line with a heavy slap shot, and that one sailed high and wide. Overskated on the far wing by Manitowicz, held in by Travis Bell, bounced right in towards Larry Sterling, and he hangs on. Wearing those bright orange pads. Color scheme not really in his favor tonight, as the Brahmas are wearing the normally home white jerseys with the purple and black trim. But Sterling wearing the orange and black leg pads and blocker. 33 seconds into the second period, no score from the Century Tel Center. Fort Worth, another defensive zone face-off draw. They have been very solid early on in that department. Scaled off the glass by Nijelski to center red. Brian Lundbaum streaking through center. Right side for Paquette. Shouldered by Quaid Lightbody, but will roll in deep in the Mudbug zone. Scott Shepard, breakout pass for Dan Wildbunk, stabbed off his stick, but he gets it back and now tosses it around. On the pickoff though, Lundbaum, left wing circle, Nijelski towards the goal, and that one skipped wide. Willard centering pass, Paquette right there, robbed by Ken Carroll, loose back in front, taken away by Scott Shepard, and the Mudbugs shift to offense. Scott Shepard into enemy ice, right side, hanging on trailer, Blevin, slapper save, rebound, Shepard off the outside of the goal. Far wing, great end-to-end action now, some life. Far side, Nicholson able to backhand it in down low. And the Mudbugs complete a shift change on the fly. Carper around, a steal by Wildfong, right on goal with a wrist shot from 50 feet out, stopped by Larry Sterling. Down in deep again, more pressure from Matt Nicholson, the defenseman down low. Tried to work it in front, grabbed by Chad Woolard, banged off the glass and all the way down on the fresh ice. That's an icing call. No score, 18:20 to go, second period. Mudbugs and the Fort Worth Brahmas. Great end-to-end action there. Big scramble in front. As Chad Woolard was able to toss it right in front of the cage. Martin Paquette was denied. Top 2 scorers in the Central Hockey League. Stonewalled there by Ken Carroll. And then the Mudbugs came back on the counterattack with the odd man rush. Shepard to the trailer Blevins. The one-time shot was kicked out by Sterling. And the rebound sat at a sharp angle Bottom of the circle, right below the circle, in fact, and Scott Shepard just hit the outside of the cage. Bugs on the forecheck, half wall. Joe Gerby up top for Quaid Lightbody. Tried to push it towards the target. Redirected out by Upton, and now it's Gerby stashing it right back in. Sterling will leave for Mark Hines. Flips it away from David Oliver. Far side Soki obstructing the breakout. Rolls into the far corner for Dave Sumrick. He gets converged on by Gerby, but the puck will be grabbed by Aaron Davis, and he comes weaving out through center ice. Long strides, Aaron Davis over the line. Down in deep, wrist shot, sails through the crease. All the way back up top for Dave Sumrick at the left point. Down low, off the body of Aaron Davis. Turnaround slap shot. Ken Carroll gets a piece of that one. To the far wing for Mark Hines. Chipped behind the cage, Daryl Upton. Trying to squeeze past Travis Bell. Couldn't do that, Joe Gerby. We're going to flip it up the wall. Jan Yas on the cutoff, right back into the corner. Travis Bell stationed there for the Bugs. Pass too far ahead for Soki, but it will roll all the way back towards Fort Worth ice. And the Brahmas again look to go for the breakout on the far side. Banich to the Mudbugs blue line. Travis Bell, rink wide. Brassard might have a chance on a breakaway behind the defense. Brassard in on goal, a shot. He scores! Chris Brassard right up the ladder on Larry Sterling. The Mudbugs take a 1-0 lead. This line at it again. Brassard, Manitowic, Smith. Chris Brassard able to take the rink-wide pass. It bounced away from Dave Sumrick. And Chris Brassard in from the blue line on the breakaway. Larry Sterling tried to come out aggressively and stack the pads on Brassard, but right upstairs, top shelf, water bottle gone. And Chris Brassard has goals in consecutive games. His 5th overall in the season. .255 the time. And the Mudbugs take a 1-0 lead. Brassard with a beauty. Fort Worth unable to get through center ice. And as I said, Dave Sumrick had that one bounce right past him, and Chris Brassard was in all alone. 5th goal of the season for him. And we'll wait for the assists. But the Bossier Shreveport Mudbugs have taken a 1-0 lead. Chris Brassard getting it. As they clean up a few extra Mudbugs on the ice. It'll be McPherson and Lundbaum at center. And Brian Lundbaum will weave through center ice now, one-on-one against Wes Blevins. Curling into the blue line up top for Joran Welsh. Slap shot, missed wide. Back towards the front and cradled by Ken Carroll. Martin Paquette denied. Gerby and Basil will figure in on the assists. And the Mudbugs have the first goal of the game. Face off up to Ken Carroll's right, comes back to Adam Davis. Wrist shot deflection, stick save by Ken Carroll. Dan Wildfong takes it away on the far side. Just scoops it out past Woolard out through center ice, and now kicked in by Forbes McPherson. He got it away from Joran Welsh. Adam Davis crunched by Scott Shepard. Around for Blevins. Up in the air, bunted away by Brian Lundbaum. And at center ice, Quaid Lightbody knocks it back towards center red. Dan Wildfong, tape to tape for McPherson. In over the line, drop pass, but picked off by Brian Lundbaum and steered out towards center. Quaid Lightbody in front of the penalty boxes. Saucers in. Scott Shepard in pursuit. Adam Davis lost the handle to McPherson thanks to the check of Scott Shepard. Near corner, Forbes McPherson trying to dig it free. Now some room behind the cage. Shepard, though, pocket picked by Lundbaum. Wildfong trying to get it in front. Adam Davis on the steal, and he gallops out through center ice. Ahead for Brian Lundbaum. Lead pass, Paquette over the line. Tried for the trailer, Woolard, but it was behind him, and now knocked down in deep by Joe Gerby. Nicholson behind his own goal. On the far side, Matt Nicholson shoved from behind by Paquette, and it will dribble out towards center ice. Scott Shepard on the pickoff far side, and he lobs it in. Goes off for a shift change. 15.5 to go, period number 2. 1-0, the Mudbugs with the lead. Chris Brassard is 5th of the season. Down the left wing side by Najelski. That'll be an icing call against the Fort Worth Brahmas. 15:31 to go in period number 2. Mudbugs with a 1-zip lead. Broussard from Gerby and Basil. 5-on-5 goal at 2:55. Period number 2. Shots are 11 apiece. But a good start to the second period by the Mudbugs. They had that early opportunity on the odd man rush with Blevins letting a shot go, and Shepard nearly able to pop the rebound. But Chris Broussard on a breakaway, giving the Mudbugs a 1-zip advantage against the Fort Worth Brahmas. David Oliver doing battle on the far wing, but it's rolled back behind the cage for Sheldon Nijelski. Tries to sidestep the check of David Oliver. Both players to the ice. Carper around for Upton, and he will chisel it out towards center. Craig Soki flips it right back in. Mudbugs needing to get back on side. And with control, Brandon Carper ahead. Yas tipped through center. Quaid Lightbody retrieves at the Mudbugs circles. Bank pass ahead for Joe Gerby. Gerby on that far wing. Stripped of the puck from behind by Aaron Davis. Carper's pass picked off by Gerby. Turnaround shot by Soki, buzzed wide. Around to the right point, Broussard slap shot. Steered away by Larry Sterling. To the far wing for Aaron Davis. And it'll be Davis flipping it back towards the Mudbugs blue line. Lightbody ahead. Finding Ryan Manitowicz over the line. 2-on-2 in with a wrist shot, and it hits the post behind goaltender Sterling. Nicholson keeping the attack going to the near corner, dipping back behind the goal, trying to power it in front, getting worked over by Nijelski. Far corner, Brandon Carper, all over Brett Smith. And the loose puck will be grabbed by Daryl Upton and cleared all the way down, but not far enough for icing. Wes Blevins playing the live puck in the zone off to our left. 6 minutes into the second period, Mudbugs with a 1-0 lead. Wes Blevins behind his own goal. Smith, Manitowicz, Broussard out there right now. Lead pass Smith for Manitowicz. He'll backhand in. Larry Sterling reverses around. Brett Smith though on the pickoff near corner, looking to keep it going, but Bansner's on the cutoff. And now he leaves for Mark Hines up towards the blue line, held in by Travis Bell. Right on goal with the wrist shot off the goaltender's stick of Sterling. Half wall, Brett Smith wanted Manitowicz past his stick. All the way around for Mark Hines. He banks it off the boards, held in by Travis Bell, right back into empty space. Fresh off the bench is McPherson. Adam Davis around the wall. Blevins the hold. Back into McPherson, leaving for Broussard. But in the corner, grabbed by Adam Davis. Now converged on by Forbes McPherson. Bansner lost control. Another steal by the Mudbugs. Right point. Basil, a wrist shot blocked. And Brian Bansner rumbles back out through center ice, lined up by Travis Bell. Completing the dump in. Ken Carroll taps it around the wall for Dan Wildfong on the far wing. Now flip back out through center. Shepard looking for the streaking Joe Gerby in flight. Gerby down low. Got beat to the punch there, and it'll be Brian Lundbaum flipping out towards center edge. Jason Basil between the two benches. Knuckles the puck right back in, off to Larry Sterling's right. Far wing, and back to the near side for Sheldon Nijelski. Finding Chad Woolard. Pass off the skate of Paquette. Ricochets in deep. Paquette going after it. Quaid Lightbody erases him around to the near side. Dan Wildfong springs ahead. Wildfong left wing for Joe Gerby. Knifed off his stick back towards the Mudbugs blue line. Wildfong regrouping. Mudbugs leading scorer. Try to flip it ahead for David Oliver. Wildfong on the second try, able to backhand it down low and go off on a line change. 12-17 to go in the second period. 1-0 the Mudbugs with the lead. Chris Broussard the goal scorer. In over the line is Chad Woolard, league's leading scorer. Quick little wrist shot. That one shrugged off by Ken Carroll. Far side, Soki chips it back out through center. Past the reach of David Oliver. Brandon Carper flips it across. A steal though. Soki stepping in left circle. Dangling. Carries behind the goal. Leaving behind the cage for Lyle Steenbergen. Tried to get it in front. It was blocked. Near corner, Jan Yas on the back check. Able to reverse it all the way around. Lyle Steenbergen all over Joran Welsh. Far corner, Steenbergen getting hit from behind by Welsh. Flipped up the wall. Carper able to get it ahead for Lundbaum. Now the Brahmas come back through center. Jan Yas from 100 feet out, dumping it in after he absorbed the body check from Quaid Lightbody. Soki on the far wing, flipping it across. Look out, a steal though. Aaron Davis, wrister, sailed over the head of Ken Carroll. All the way around for Daryl Upton. Lobbed back towards Davis on the far side. Aaron Davis pivots, trying to get away from Craig Soki off the end wall for Carper. Centering pass, sticked away by Ken Carroll. Back up top, Adam Davis funnels it down in deep. Behind the goal, Aaron Davis tried to pass in front, cut off by Blevins and worked out towards center. Carper to the empty wing. Adam Davis flips it over the Mudbugs blue line. Quaid Lightbody with control. Crisp outlet pass on the money to Brett Smith. Down the left wing side, fires and a save by Sterling. Wraparound try, Smith couldn't get it to the front. Taken away by Big J Banich. Manitowicz all over him. Banich stood up by Matt Nicholson. Puck rolled back in deep in the Brahmas zone. Long sequence here without a whistle. 10:40 to go second period. And every time I say that, instant whistle, guaranteed. Puck into the Fort Worth bench. 10:40 to go second period. 1-0 is your score. The Bossier Shreveport Mudbugs with the lead here on this Friday evening in Bossier City. Mudbugs will host the Memphis River Kings tomorrow night, 7:05 p.m. face-off. Get your tickets through Ticketmaster. First 1,000 fans into the door will get a free Mudbugs puck, courtesy of Tim Miller Trucking. Najelski for Hines. Breakout for Fort Worth. Banked off the near boards by Hines, but right to Travis Bell. Second-year defenseman off the far wall. Handled by Banich. And now flipped back towards Ken Carroll, but wide of the cage. He's forced to play it. He reverses all the way around. Manitowicz battling up against Jay Banich, far wing. Banich for Udavicic, centering pass. Too far ahead for anybody in a white shirt. And Chris Broussard, the game's goal scorer. Toss it back out through center. Big hit by Hines on Manitowicz. Najelski lobs into the near corner. Ken Carroll swipes it all the way around for Brett Smith. Smith tried to saucer ahead for Broussard, picked off by Chad Woolard, crashing down the right side. Woolard with some room, cuts towards the middle, across for puck, had a shot, never got through. Travis Bell standing tall in front of the Mudbugs crease. To the right side for Chris Broussard. Broussard in front of his own bench, lost the handle, banged off the near wall by Nicholson, and back towards Brahmas ice. Mudbugs trying to complete a line change. Chris Broussard chops it right back towards the Fort Worth circles, and it's Martin Paquette spinning it across for Chad Woolard. In over the line, Woolard stops. Rolls it down in deep. Ken Carroll with the marching orders. Scott Shepard clipped down from behind. Right back to his skates, though, keeping it going. Shepard on the dump in. Joran Welsh trying to dump it out. Give it right to Forbes McPherson. Left wing side. Lobs it right into the left hand of Larry Sterling. And he hangs on for a face-off. 9:13 to go, second period. 1-0 is your score. The Bossier Shreveport Mudbugs with the lead here at the Century Tel Center. Fort Worth Brahmas are going to be traveling to Oklahoma City after this game. They're in the midst of a long road trip. Fourth straight road game for Fort Worth here in this contest tonight. And it'll be 5 straight after tomorrow's trip to the Ford Center for them. Home ice has been the strength of the Fort Worth Brahmas this season. They are 6-1-0 at the Fort Worth Convention Center. Meanwhile, it's been the Mudbugs, the Road Warriors, 5-1-1 away from home. Scott Shepard tosses the dump in down in deep. And it'll be Adam Davis on that far side, all the way around. Daryl Upton guides it back out through center ice. And here comes Jan Yass down the right side, busting in. Backhands it right through everybody to the near wing. Carper towards the front, nudged by Ken Carroll. Back to Upton, a wrist shot. And that one just grazed the outside of the post. Shepard spins it back out for the Mudbugs to center. Dan Wildfong able to one-hand it down that near wing. Brandon Carper retrieving for Fort Worth. 8:23 to go, second period. Carper banks it off the glass on the far side. Hit a partition. Soki deals it right back in. Past Larry Sterling, who went out of his crease. Adam Davis on the near side. Ahead for Jan Yass. Gerby on his back. Jan Yass right to Matt Nicholson. Punch right back out to Joe Gerby. Comes back with David Oliver. In over the line. Drop pass. Blevins reaching for it. Flings it into the corner. Joe Gerby hops on it for the Mudbugs. Blevins down there. Carper trying to clear. Carper taking Gerby out of the play. Tossed all the way around for Jay Banich on the near side. David Oliver lowers the boom on him. Udavicic now through center ice to the right wing. Adam Davis peeling back. Shot was blocked by Matt Nicholson, and it ricochets to the far corner. Banich and Gerby tug at one another. Udavicic on the forechecking effort for Fort Worth. But a loose puck behind the goal. Blevins, look out far side. Chris Broussard taking a big hit on that near wing from Najelski. And now it's Broussard right back up. And he will fire it all the way across. Craig Soki with control. Pass missed for Gerby. Brian Bansner off the far boards and in. Ken Carroll paddles around. Near side. Chris Broussard once again. Playing it back out. Broussard fired up on the near wing now. Those two going to go. Udavicic and Broussard whacking one another back behind the play. Now they skate away. Udavicic to his bench. Don't want to wake up the big giant, Chris Broussard. Couple of big hits will do just that. Lead pass. Travis Bell missing for Brett Smith. And that'll be an icing call against Bossier Shreveport. 6:59 to go, second period. 1-0 to score. Chris Broussard took the big hit on the near side from Najelski. And then got hit by Nick Udavicic and was fired up with Udavicic. Those two whacked one another. Chris Broussard, definitely in this hockey game, he could be the force for the rest of the night. Rubbing his nose in it tonight, and has the game's only goal. Lundbaum and McPherson face to face on this draw. The big line out there for both teams. And it's lead pass, Basil to the blue line, held in by Paquette, left point, slap shot, saved by Ken Carroll, rebound in front, raked out of there by Forbes McPherson, and it'll trickle all the way back towards Larry Sterling. He'll drop it up for Mark Hines, 6:40 to go in the second period. Hines with control. Fans with the Let's Go Mudbugs chant, trying to get the boys going. Travis Bell through center, back towards the Brahmas circles. Hines for Woolard, redirected right to the center ice dot. Corralled by Travis Bell, and he scales in. Mark Hines flips it around. Brian Lundbaum back for Hines, reversed behind the cage, out of the reach of Shepard. Nijelski on the near top, and Woolard redirects out towards center ice. Travis Bell with control. Just tosses it right back in. 6 minutes to go, second period. Mark Hines around for Brian Lundbaum. Lundbaum just returned last week from Grand Rapids of the American Hockey League, and just in time, too. The loss of Brad Lukowicz. Travis Bell's pass across, picked up by Mark Hines. Near side, fired off the near boards and all the way down. Icing call against the Fort Worth Brahmas. 5:47 to go, second period. 1-0 Bossier Shreveport with the lead. Mention the loss of Brad Lukowicz. Also can't forget about the loss of Lonnie Bahanas, who is now at the Chicago Wolves of the American Hockey League. He was another player, obviously an impact player at this level. Former Toronto Maple Leaf and Vancouver Canuck. In the NHL as of a couple of seasons ago, but he has been recalled to the American Hockey League, so all of a sudden the Brahmas without Lukowicz and Bahanas, but do have Brian Lundbaum back. Loose puck behind the Fort Worth goal. Brett Smith spinning around now with room here, bottom of the circle. Brett Smith shouldered on the far side by Aaron Davis. Broussard reaching for it on that far side. Chris Broussard grinding up against the boards, tossed down in deep. Manitowoc off the back of the cage. Brett Smith trying to walk out in front, rolled off his stick, and now it's the Brahmas on the counterattack. Daryl Upton looking to dump it in. Jan Yass, far side. Pass was blocked by Quade Lightbody, back to the slot. Aaron Davis, a wrist shot and a save by Ken Carroll. Maybe his best of the evening. Aaron Davis tonight. Here comes Ryan Manitowoc now, splitting the defense, in on goal, all alone, forehand try, stopped by Sterling, a huge save. Ryan Manitowoc, beautiful play to slice through, and Larry Sterling denies. 4:52 to go, second period. The Mudbugs with a 1-0 lead. Great goaltending at both ends. Ken Carroll stopping Aaron Davis from 25 feet out, right at the hash marks. A wrist shot, a good hard low one. Kenny able to make the save down low. And then the Mudbugs went the other way. A lead pass and a good one for Ryan Manitowoc. He was able to sneak through the two defensemen for Fort Worth. Tried to turn it over to the forehand, but Larry Sterling able to make the stop up against the far post. Chopped around by Adam Davis. Matt Nicholson containing near corner. Udavicic able to whack it off the glass and back towards the Mudbugs stripe. Travis Bell with control. Cross for defensive partner Matt Nicholson. His pass picked off on that far side by Banich. Now he gets tripped up, but the puck rolls right to Joe Gerby. He comes back 2-on-3. Rink wide for David Oliver. Oliver able to chop it in. Mark Hines going after it. Gerby bearing down on him. Hines for Bansner. Basil a good hold at the blue line, not quite. It did just barely catch a little bit of the white ice in the neutral zone. 4:16 to go in period number 2. 1-0 the Bossier Shreveport Mudbugs with the lead. Some great goaltending at both ends here in this second period. And some good work by the Bugs all around the Fort Worth zone. Just that play there with Manitowoc able to just walk right through the Fort Worth defense with his speed. That's one of the times where you miss a guy like Brad Lukowicz, and the solid stay-at-home defensive work. A lot tougher for Ryan Manitowoc to bust through. If one of those two defensemen was wearing number 37, say another couple of weeks ago for the Fort Worth Brahmas. But Lukowicz is gone. On the end wall, Larry Sterling leaving for Jay Banich off a partition in the glass, comes popping right in front, and it'll be Adam Davis cranking it right back out towards center red. Dan Wildfong looking to find it off the skate of McPherson, and he will flip it into the zone. 3.5 to go in the second period. McPherson clipped down to the ice. The fans groan. Adam Davis to the near wing for Chad Woolard. Woolard ahead. Jay Banich back for Woolard. Tugged from behind by Forbes McPherson. The Mudbugs turn the corner. Wildfong ahead for Scott Shepard. Might have a step. Wrist shot just sailed wide. Scott Shepard letting that one go from the top of the left wing circle as he had the defense for Fort Worth bearing down on him. Icing will be called against the Mudbugs as it was cleared from behind the center red line. 3:15 to go in the second period, 1-0 the score. And that last play, just a case of the Brahmas getting caught in a line change in the second period. Touched upon that on Tuesday night in Memphis, second period. The players' bench is furthest away from the defensive zone, so all of a sudden the Mudbugs able to shift to offense quickly. Wildfong ahead for Scott Shepard, and he had a partial breakaway, but his wrist shot just missed wide of Sterling and off the glass, but he can really fire the rock. Scott Shepard. Here comes Ryan Manitowicz. Fed one across. Brassard gathers it in, but in the corner. Tried to throw it to the front. That one blocked by Lundbaum, and he is able to slide it all the way down the far boards. Matt Nicholson hustling after it. Chad Woolard lining him up. Woolard got the worst of the body check. Manitowicz on the defensive effort near corner. Matt Nicholson trying to pop it loose. It does come into the circle. Wes Blevins ahead for Brett Smith. To the right side, Manitowicz zooming into the zone. Finds the trailer. Blevins right there. Slap shot save. Rebound. Manitowicz. Oh, what a save by Sterling. On his back. He's got it underneath. Larry Sterling denied by Ryan Manitowicz as the puck just sat there. And Manny can't believe it. 2:32 to go in period number 2. 1-0 the Mudbugs with the lead. Larry Sterling. Wes Blevins for the second time in this game, second time in this period. The trailer coming in and just got to step into a one-timer was denied by Larry Sterling on another good save, and then that puck just sitting there with Sterling out of position, the puck almost behind him, and then he just fell back and got his arm on it. Travis Bell, the blue line, slap shot, missed wide. Steenbergen trying to chop it in front. Joran Welsh reverses around to the near wing. Brandon Carper to the blue line, and puck does find its way towards the neutral zone. Travis Bell didn't like the call, as apparently it was brought back in. Offside call against Bossier Shreveport. 2:17 to go, second period. 1-0 the Mudbugs with the lead. Steenbergen, Oliver, Soki. The line out now for Scott Musket. David Oliver battling on the near wing, grabbed by Aaron Davis. He was denied on a scoring chance a few moments ago in the second period. Quaid light body with control. On the far wing, scooped up the boards, hit the skate of referee Lecoyer. Aaron Davis for Jan Yass, far side, trying to shake past Craig Soki. Jan Yass getting worked over. Puck sits for Aaron Davis. Davis on the far side, into the corner. Soki around. Steenbergen a big hit from behind, and a penalty coming up as Daryl Upton was hit into the boards. A late power play chance for the Fort Worth Brahmas, and a big one, as Lyle Steenbergen will go off on a cross-checking call. You know, I was just about to say that it has been a very quiet second period. This is the first penalty called in the middle frame, and it comes at 18:16 of period number 2. And especially with Fred Lecoyer, who definitely will call anything. It's a very tight game. It's been a pretty clean contest between these two teams. Face-off win for Fort Worth. They go to work on their second power play chance, but losing the puck on the far side was Lundbaum. Basil for Forbes McPherson, banked off the glass ahead. Dan Wildfong in over the line, hanging on. Wildfong with Forbes McPherson. Those two have teamed up for the Mudbugs' lone short-handed goal in the year. At center ice, it'll be rolled back towards Joran Welsh and across for Brandon Carper. 1:20 to go in the second period. That's the important clock right now. Mudbugs shorthanded the rest of the way. Chad Woolard, far side, shoved by Basil. Puck grabbed by Lundbaum. Lundbaum tried to feather it in front, chopped away by Wildfong, held in by Welsh at the blue line. Wrist shot blocked up high by Chris Brassard. To the near corner, Martin Paquette with control. Paquette surveys. Spins around along the near boards. Martin Paquette leading the league in assists. Not a good pass there, though. Basil on the intercept, and he sails it all the way down the length of the pond. 48 seconds to go in the second period. Lundbaum at center ice ran into Brassard. Gets it back. Brian Lundbaum to the right wing. Paquette in over the line. Feathers it down in deep. Jan Yas tries to play it away from Ken Carroll. Paquette on the far side. Shouldered by Matt Nicholson. Puck deflects to Brett Smith. He's got it back out through center ice. And he coolly tosses it down the left wing. 26 seconds to go in the second period. Mudbugs would love to go into the locker room after 2 periods with that all-important lead through 40. Aaron Davis storming through center ice. Heavy collision, far wing. Matt Nicholson dropping the shoulder. And now Davis and Nicholson shove one another. Greg Soki got caught up in the traffic jam right in the railroad tracks. Aaron Davis full speed ahead, and Matt Nicholson not afraid to step up in the neutral zone, and it looked like Davis saw him just at the last second. Greg Soki got tied up there. That was a whole lot of body contact. 10 seconds to go in the second period. Blevins feathers it all the way down the near wing. Dodge intermission report coming up. 3 seconds away. Fort Worth will run out of time in the middle frame, and the Mudbugs have a 1-0 lead after 40 minutes of action tonight from the Century Tel Center. First period, uneventful. Second period, a lot to talk about. Great goaltending, a beautiful breakaway goal, which we'll talk about. And the Mudbugs will be shorthanded for the first 16 seconds of period number 3, but they have the 1-0 lead heading into the locker room for our Dodge intermission report. We'll take a break and return. We'll have all your second period stats for you, and then coming up, I'll be chatting with Mudbugs future defenseman Craig Bernard. He is back, and he'll be my guest here in the intermission report coming up between periods 2 and 3. 1-0 is your score. The Bossier Shreveport Mudbugs leading the Fort Worth Brahmas. This is Mudbugs hockey on KWKH, AM 1130.
Bill, got a second? Sure, I'll call a timeout. Fine. Did you do an end zone dance when you got an email this morning?
Yeah, I love that!
Yeah, well, we don't. Now, you've been trying to start the wave in meetings.
Team's counting on me! Go team!
Hey, you're freaking the team out.
The Real Yellow Pages and RealPages.com from Bell South don't claim to understand sports fanatics, but as the #1 directory in the Southeast, the Real Yellow Pages provides real solutions for things like tailgating supplies, season tickets, and even face paint.
Bill, I need that report by 5.
5, 4, 3!
No, just 5.
High five!
Statistics provided by Knowledge Networks SRI, Industry Usage Study 2002.
Returning home after an illness or injury is a team effort at Garden Court Nursing Center and Heritage Manor of Bossier. Their rehab teams include physical, occupational, and speech therapists, all working together, along with the nurses, nurses' assistants, and other team members to provide competent care 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. For more information on the quality services at Garden Court and Heritage Manor of Bossier, call Amy at 458-0104. That's 458-0104.
Get ready for the start of the second period. Let's go to the next tell. CHL out-of-town scoreboard. Oklahoma City with a 1-0 lead against Lubbock at Lubbock, Texas after 1 period of play. Memphis has a 2-1 lead against this line at it again. Bristol. Travis was again looked okay, but it back into the corner, up right back into the corner. Travis Bell stationed there for the Bugs. Pass. Too far ahead for Soki, but it will roll all the way back towards Fort Worth ice. And the Brahmas again looked.
That'd be good. You ought to check with your dentist. If bonding won't work, ask about veneers.
Yeah, I asked about that the last time I was there. They said veneers like a shell that they make to fit your tooth. Well, it would cover up my chipped tooth.
You should do it.
Yeah, I think I will.
If you have chipped teeth, gaps, or stains, ask your dentist about aesthetic options such as bonding and veneers. They may be the solution you're searching for to improve your smile. And if you have a decayed tooth, ask about white fillings, which can match the color of your teeth. This message is brought to you by the American Dental Association and your local dental society.
When asked how the book Science and Health had affected his life, Scott Lanningham answered,
I get so frustrated sometimes. Helping to raise 4 young kids is demanding, and it's easy to get impatient. Kids sense that right away. That's when I turn to Science and Health. Science and Health has a remarkable calming influence that breaks through the frustration and helps me gain a spiritual perspective. It reminds me that children just want to love and be loved. And the more I stop talking and start listening, the better my children respond. I keep a copy of Science and Health with me always. I think it makes me a better person. I know it helps me be a better father.
To find your own spiritual solutions, read Science and Health with Key to the Scriptures by Mary Baker Eddy. Available in bookstores and in Christian Science reading rooms, or by calling 1-800-515-0160. That's 1-800-515-0160.
It's a cycle for too many Americans. Nearly 35 million searching for security, but going in circles. 1 in 10 families hoping education and training will open the way, only to find opportunity closed. It's the cycle of American poverty, but we can break it by adding more places at the table until there's room for everyone. Poverty in America, we can end it. Find out how at povertyusa.org. A message from the Catholic Campaign for Human Development.
Great to have you with us for Mudbugs hockey this evening from the Century Tel Center. The Mudbugs with a 1-0 lead against the Fort Worth Brahmas after 1 period, or 2 periods of play, I should say. We were scoreless after 1, and the Mudbugs were able to cash in the second period at 2 minutes and 55 seconds as Chris Broussard took the puck from the blue line in. And the Brahmas again look to go for the breakout on the far side. Banich to the Mudbugs blue line. Travis Bell, rink wide. Broussard might have a chance on a breakaway behind the defense. Broussard in on goal, a shot. He scores! Chris Broussard right up the ladder on Larry Sterling. The Mudbugs take a 1-0 lead. Chris Broussard picking up his 5th goal of the season. Joe Gerby and Jason Basil on the assist. 2:55 the time as the puck skipped past Dave Sumrick outside the blue line. And then it was Broussard from the blue line in, cutting in on an angle. And a very aggressive Larry Sterling came out, tried to stack the pads and go for the poke check, but it was wristed by Broussard right upstairs, off the water bottle and in. A perfect shot right over the sprawled out body of Sterling for his 5th of the year. And the Mudbugs have a 1-0 lead. Second period shots 9-9. 2 period totals favor the Mudbugs 17-15. And don't forget, the Fort Worth Brahmas will still be on the power play for the first 16 seconds of period number 3 as Lyle Steenbergen went off on a cross-checking call. That was the only penalty of period number 2. And it was called at 18-16. So the second power play chance of the game for the Brahmas will continue into the 3rd period, but for a very short period of time. Again, just 16 seconds left in the penalty to Lyle Steenbergen of the Bossier Shreveport Mudbugs. So once again, 1-0 is your score. The Mudbugs with the lead against the Fort Worth Brahmas. We will take a break and return, and I will be joined by future Mudbugs defenseman Craig Menard. He'll be my guest here coming up in the Dodge Intermission Report between periods 2 and 3. 1-0 the Mudbugs with the lead on this Friday night at the Century Tel Center. You're listening to Mudbugs Hockey here on KWKH, AM 1130.
What's the #1 diagnostic center for today's modern, highly complex transmissions? AMCO. Just listen to one of the customers who made us #1. John Thompson, Bridgeport, Connecticut.
I had been to a string of 3 or 4 garages. They wanted to replace the transmission, and I decided to take it to AMCO. The AMCO guy identified the problem almost instantly. I did not have a transmission problem. The guy was very honest and, saved me $2,000.
2 locations in Shreveport. Find them in the Metro book. Call 222-5000.
AMCO, AA, MCO.
At First Louisiana Bank, we're in business to help your business. With over 100 years of commercial lending experience, our staff understands small business. Starting ourselves as a new business just 5 years ago, we know what's necessary to run a successful business, and we can help you make yours more successful. First Louisiana is the business bank of Shreveport-Bossier. I'm Juan Boudreaux, president of First Louisiana, and we want to be your business bank. First Louisiana, member FDIC.
Hi, my name is Lauren Maselli. I'm 16 and I never really thought about death until last summer. It was a beautiful evening and I was riding in an open vehicle down a curvy road. Without warning, there was an accident. I was bleeding internally and near death. A team of surgeons, 6 surgeries, 317 units of blood, and a miracle saved my life. LifeShare Blood Center's donors saved my life. There was enough blood for me because donors gave in advance, so it was tested and ready to be transfused immediately. If you give blood regularly, thank you. If you don't, please do. Every 2.5 seconds, someone like me needs a transfusion to live. Call LifeShare. Schedule your blood donation. It's about life.
In Shreveport, call 222-7770. LifeShare Blood Centers. It's about life.
We're back live at the Century Tel Center. The Mudbugs with a 1-0 lead thanks to Chris Broussard's 5th goal of the season. 1-0 after 40 minutes of action. Steve Mears back here upstairs at the Century Tel Center on this Friday evening as the Mudbugs take on the Fort Worth Brahmas. You're joined between periods 2 and 3 by future Mudbugs defenseman who is not all that new to Mudbugs faithful. Craig Menard is back. How are you, Minzy? Good to have you back on the airwaves, first of all, but I'll be a little more happier when we see you out there on the ice once again. But great to have you back.
Very excited to be back, Steve. Very, very excited.
Now, of course, went to England and played in several games over there with the Hull Stingrays in the British National League. Tell us about the experience. Obviously, had to be something just a lot of fun to go over there into a brand new country, and definitely something to experience.
Oh, definitely. I mean, I don't regret making the decision to go over there. Had an opportunity to play 20 games, and just get to live the culture and stuff like that. So, anytime you get an opportunity to do something like that, I think it's pretty special. So, was not just something I wasn't comfortable. I didn't feel like I was, happy most of the time. I mean, it's a lot different. That's the biggest thing I can tell you is it was just different. The hockey was good. It's just a different attitude, and I definitely miss being here, obviously.
Now, you were over there with 2 former Mudbugs, Drew Burgess and Jeff Gloa, Scott Ray, former Amarillo Gorilla as well. So your team had to be pretty solid. What can you tell us about the hockey? A lot of players did go over there. Serge Dubé, Steve Weidlich, Jason Baird. What was the league like? Tell us about that a little bit.
Very, very competitive league. The hockey's good. It's a lot different. The ice surface is obviously a lot bigger. More of a skating game. It's not real physical. I think the approach to the game is a lot different. It's not as serious. It's maybe not. Other guys have jobs. Guys go to school. So it's not always the number one priority with guys. And I think that was the biggest thing that I had to adjust to. Obviously, playing here, I was used to skating every day, competing every day. Competing for your job, competing obviously in a game situation. And I wouldn't say the hockey wasn't good. There's a lot of very good players over there, and a lot of players that are having a lot of success over there. I think it takes a different person to go over there. Like I said, we only practice twice a week. It's a lot different. And I think that's the problem with guys that left this league to go there is that they were used to competing every single day, and you get into a rut. You get into one of those sit around for 3 days before you skate, and then when it comes time for the weekend, it's awful hard to get yourself motivated, to go out there and compete like you want to. So, like I said, there's a lot of really good players over there. A lot of NHLers started to come over, and obviously that boosts the league. But it's just a different approach to the game, I think. So that's why you're seeing a lot of these guys like Baird and Dubé and Weidlich come back. You just need that competitive edge a bit more.
All right, so then you decided to come back to Bossier Shreveport, the place you've called home for the last few seasons. Obviously, it's got to be great to be coming back here, an area where you're familiar, team you're familiar with, coach you're familiar with, and the fans that absolutely love you.
I was very lucky, too, that when I left, Muskie actually left the door open. It was, obviously he didn't want me to go, but he understood why I wanted to go, and so when it came time that I knew I was unhappy and that I wanted to leave, obviously my first phone call was to Muskie, and he's been unbelievable throughout this whole thing. Obviously, the whole organization has been behind me, and yeah, like you said, the fans. I mean, it's tough to describe how, how the fans treat you here. It really is, You just don't find that anywhere else. I don't care where you go. So that is very exciting. I just, like you said, it'd be nice to get back on the ice and get things going again.
Now, it's just a matter of visa immigration issues. If you get cleared through, it's got to be pretty complicated, I would imagine. But do we have a timetable? Any idea what we're looking at to get you back on the ice?
I wish we did. It's really out of our hands now. I think obviously Muskie's done all he can, and it's now in the people's hands that need to figure everything out as far as the legal aspect of all this, and help a little Canadian kid get some work in the U.S. I think so. I don't think there really is a timeline. I know the guys in Laredo, it was about 3 weeks before they were back. So I'm hoping it won't be any longer than that. That's the only thing I can say.
All right, what can you tell us about this team from what you've seen since you came back here to Louisiana? A lot of familiar names out there, a lot of new ones. The Scott Shepherds, the Matt Nicholsons, Joe Gerby, and some other new faces in the lineup from last season.
I think the biggest thing I know is team speed. This is a real fast group. Obviously, there was some holes. We lost Chad Spur, Trevor Buchanan, Jason Campbell, Jim Sprott. Some real big names in this organization. And I think the biggest thing is he's brought in character guys that can fit those molds. Obviously, they're not going to be able to step in with the experience that we've lost. But they're character people, people, they're coachable. Their work ethic is second to none. This team is, I've had a chance to practice 10 days with this team, and they work and work and work and work. And I think that's just, a direct look at our coach. Scott Musket knows the kind of players he wants in this organization. He knows how to have a successful team, and he's gone out and found those new guys. And then I think you look at our guys from last year and even years before that have stepped up. Obviously Craig Soki's got a bigger role this year. Travis Bell's playing really well right now. All those Jason Bazels, and then you have your leaders, Dan Wildfong, Chris Bessard, and Corson Person, all steering it in the right direction. So I just think that it's a very exciting team to watch. Fast, work hard, and that's what you can expect every night from these guys.
All right, well, we got to get ready for the third period. Thanks so much for coming up here and chatting with me. We'll wait for the immigration and visa stuff, but in the meantime, you're always welcome in the broadcast booth. Know that, at least.
Thank you very much, Steve. I'll take you up on that.
Yeah, right. Craig Menard, our guest. We'll take a break and return with the third period. It's Mudbugs Hockey here on KWKH, AM 1130.
The Independence Bowl routinely provides one of the best matchups of the bowl season. This game has hosted some of the most tradition-rich schools in the country, like Notre Dame, Nebraska, Alabama, LSU, Texas A&M, and Oklahoma. With teams from the Big 12 and SEC, the Independence Bowl promises to be great again this year. Get your tickets now. Call 221-0712 or toll free at 888-414-BOWL or online at www.independencebowl.org. Be a part of the biggest event in the Arklatex, the Independence Bowl.
Every year, the kids all go to Walmart, and we're all able to buy gifts for each other. That's probably the most special part, shopping together and spending that quality time one-on-one with each other. Without Walmart, we would definitely not be able to do this. Everything is so affordable, and they have everything we need in one store. The kids are more excited to watch someone else open a gift than to even open one themselves. I think that's because our mom taught us that it's always better to give than to receive. Our house is a really busy place during the holidays. It's small, but they say love grows best in a small house.
Meet Randy and Joe.
How's it going?
Hey, everybody. Randy just replaced the tires on the family car.
They were shot.
So did Joe.
Mine too.
But Joe got his tires changed on a Sunday.
On Sunday?
Got free mounting.
Free?
Plus, his were installed by a certified technician.
Certified?
And that's because Joe went to Sears Auto Center.
I should have gone there.
This Friday and Saturday only, all tires are on sale, including Goodyear tires at our lowest prices of the year. Exclusions apply. See store for details. Sears, good life, great price.
People with a life-limiting illness sometimes need more than medical care. That's why there's LifePath Hospice Care Services. A team of experienced, skilled specialists give needed help and support, but they need your help. Volunteers do not need special talents, simply a desire to serve. You could read to patients, help with child care, drive to the doctor, help in the hospice office. There are many ways to help. So won't you LifePath Hospice Care, to comfort always. 222-5711.
Century tells center the Bossier Shreveport Mudbugs tonight taking on the Fort Worth Brahmas. Steve Mears with you on KWKHM 1130. Thanks so much for joining us on this Friday evening. Mudbugs with a 1-0 lead against Fort Worth. And Ken Carroll's off to our right in period number 3. Larry Sterling off to our left. And the Mudbugs attack right to left offensively in the third. Great goaltending at both ends in the second period. As the shots were 9 apiece, Ken Carroll has been perfect tonight. He's got 15 saves. And a big save on Aaron Davis from the slot late in the third period. And then the other way, Larry Sterling stopped Ryan Minatowicz as he grabbed a loose puck just up to Sterling's left and almost swept it in. Sterling on his backside fell backward and got his arm up against the goal line, and earlier in the period stopped Ryan Minatowicz on a breakaway. So both goaltenders have been very strong. 1-0 is your score, and we're underway with the third period. Quaid Lightbody high off the glass on the far side. Remember, the Mudbugs shorthanded for the first 16 seconds of this third period. Around for Bansner on the far wing. Chipped ahead by Brett Smith. Penalty coming up, and it'll be against the Fort Worth Brahmas. Brett Smith will regroup. In deep in his own zone. Delayed call if the Mudbugs can get the extra attacker on there. They might be able to get something going as the penalty has expired to Lyle Steenberg, and Ken Carroll will dart towards the bench right now. Extra attacker is Dan Wildfunk. Steenberg in the dump in, but Larry Sterling is on the touch. And the Mudbugs will have a power play opportunity. High sticking will be the call. Brett Smith took a stick up in the face as he was cycling on that far wing, and it'll be Big Jay Banich sitting down. And this comes at 37 seconds of period number 3. Third power play chance for Bossier Shreveport. A great chance early on. They got a big penalty kill late in the second. Went into the intermission with the lead after 2 periods, and now a Mudbugs power play opportunity. Jason Basil trying to shovel it in down low. Brandon Carper in the corner pushes it towards Lundbaum. Shepard back towards the corner, and Wildfong with control. Wildfong with 10 goals in the season. Outside the circle for Basil. Neat spin around move. Basil half wall down low. Wildfong behind the cage setting up shop. Wildfong, Mudbugs leading scorer. Into the corner. Bumped into the glass, but around for Scott Shepard. To the circle, down low. Dan Wildfong off his blade. Away from Carper, shoved by Woolard. Shepard digging for it. Far corner again, Shepard walking out. Now leaves for McPherson up top. Right point, Blevins across for Jason Basil. Basil peeling back. Back down the wall, Shepard guns it across. That one away from McPherson. Bounces behind the goal, and it's Dan Wildfong with control once again. Wildfong with a chance here. Walking out, a centering pass missed for Shepard. Scott Shepard retrieves, left circle, wrist shot, short side, and a save by Sterling. Poked behind the goal by Dan Wildfong. Behind the net, Scott Shepard stick handling. Watched by Nijelski. Shepard up top for Basil. Jason Basil across the blue line. Wes Blevins chips it on goal. Loose side of the cage. Rolled into the near corner. Scott Shepard there again. Shepard up top. Basil. Wrister looking for a deflection. Was Wildfong. Far side diving play by Woolard, but the puck gets deflected into the seats. A break for the Mudbugs there. 43 seconds to go. And the Mudbugs' third power play chance. 18:06 to go, third period. Mudbugs with a 1-0 lead. Good puck movement all around the zone. Scott Shepard doing some great work on the near side. Dan Wildfong behind the goal. And threw a pass across. It looked like it skipped on Shepard past his stick. Lobbed into the zone by Travis Bell. On the near wing, Brassard able to get it away from Joran Welsh, who fanned to the blue line. Craig Soki, good keep in. Flips it down in deep for David Oliver. Touched across for Joe Gerby. Back for David Oliver. To the right circle, Soki. Stepped into by Aaron Davis. Both players go into the end boards. Soki and Davis battling. Brassard. Gerby tips it back up to him. Chris Brassard hanging on. Fires a shot. That one blocked. And taken away on the near. Wedged out of there by Jan Yas. 10 seconds to go in the Mudbugs' power play opportunity. They will fall to 0 for 3. Chris Brassard is behind his own goal. And it's Brassard now starting the rush right to left here in the third period. Advantage is back on. Chris Brassard steps up to the center red line and dumps it in. Behind the goal, Joran Welsh for Fort Worth. Out towards center, Wes Blevins taps it right back in. Joran Welsh regrouping for the Tulsa Oilers. And he banks it off the left wing boards. Brian Bansner ran into Lyle Steenbergen. Hines reverses around. Blevins the keep in right in the slot. Steenbergen trying to tee it up, and it skipped off his blade. Near wing, Bansner slides it to the far side. Bansner and Steenbergen jousting in front of the penalty boxes. Now it'll be flipped in. Ken Carroll leaving for Wes Blevins, who's been all over the place. Blevins continues his solid defensive work for the Mudbugs. That's center ice. Udavicic shoveling it off the body of Quaid Lightbody. Udavicic now fires it in. Ken Carroll settles it down for Jason Basil. 16.5 to go in the third period. Mudbugs with a 1-0 lead. Jason Basil churning through center ice down the right side. Wrist shot. And that one missed wide. Around to the near side. Najelski stepped into by Brett Smith. Smith scampering behind the cage. Rolled all the way around, and with control will be Bansner. On the far side, over the red line, over the blue, Brian Bansner couldn't feed it in front, off the skate of Matt Nicholson. Lyle Steenbergen swings around his own goal, and he fires it down the left wing side, but it was tipped off of Brahma, and all the way back, live puck to our left. Larry Sterling swipes it around, out towards center ice. Travis Bell at his own blue line, settles the bouncing puck down across for Quaid Lightbody. Lightbody off the skate of Paquette, up in the air, plops down inside the blue line. Lundbaum stepping in to the trailer. Woolard for the slot. Looking for Paquette into the corner. Paquette crunched by Dan Wildfong. Near corner. Forbes McPherson, outlet for Dan Wildfong. Wildfong rubbed into the boards near side. Trying to leave it for McPherson. He whacks it in. And there'll be Shepard going off on a line change. Wildfong, big shoulder check onto Adam Davis. Near corner, a steal. McPherson in front. Wildfong. He scores! Takes the pass from McPherson and buries it behind Larry Sterling. The Mudbugs take a 2-0 lead. Dan Wildfong crashing and banging down low. Big hit on Adam Davis, and the pressure forcing the Brahmas defense to cough off that puck down low. Forbes McPherson taking it away, centering it right to Dan Wildfong, and it's goal number 11 for the guy they call Rusty. One-time shot, and right after he released, he took a hit from Adam Davis. 4:41 will be the time as Dan Wildfong hits pay dirt. Firing a shot past goaltender Larry Sterling. And this building erupts here in the third period. 2-0 your score. And it'll be Wildfong from McPherson, 2-zip. Wes Blevins knocks it in towards the Brahma zone. And it'll be touched back through center. Aaron Davis to the near wing. Matt Nicholson near corner. Bumped by Darrell Upton. Near corner, turning around. Aaron Davis centering feed past everybody to the far side. And it'll be David Oliver trying to move it out. Near wing, Nicholson tripped up. Jan Yass centering pass blocked by Ken Carroll up against the near post. Far side, Aaron Davis. Try to get it away from David Oliver. Couldn't do that. Aaron Davis right to the blue paint, and Ken Carroll sucks it up. 14:39 to go, third period. Mudbugs with a 2-0 lead. As we get the official scoring on the goal for you. Dan Wildfong, his 11th of the season and 20th point. But some great work down low, just throwing the body around. It'll be McPherson and Lightbody on the assists. Quaid Lightbody with assists in each of the last two games. And the Mudbugs lead by a pair. Nick Udavicic battling behind the Mudbugs goal. Travis Bell taking his man out nicely. Brett Smith up the wall. Bansner worked over by Ryan Manitoa to the Mudbugs are away. Brett Smith chipping it down the left wing side. This could be icing and will be, as it was banked in down the left wing by Brett Smith, shy of the center red line. 14:19 to go, third period. 2-0 the Mudbugs with the advantage. Meanwhile, Ken Carroll has been outstanding. 16 saves for the newly engaged Ken Carroll. He and girlfriend Rayanne announced their engagement just a couple of days ago. So congratulations to Kenny and Rayanne. Face-off glove hand side to the Mudbugs goaltender. Linesman takes a spill on the near wing. Paquette takes away the puck, though, carries behind the goal, shoved by Forbes McPherson. Good work by McPherson to get it up the boards. Wild fun to McPherson to the blue line, held in by Lundbaum. Lob to the slot, Paquette right there. Turnaround shot and a save by Ken Carroll. Martin Paquette denied. From just inside the left wing face-off circle, we talked about those three in the keys to the game. Paquette with 7 straight multi-point games. Chad Willard a 9-game point scoring streak. Face-off win for Fort Worth. Towards the goal, Sumrick blocked. Back to Davis. Adam Davis funnels it down in deep. And on the far wing, Scott Shepard slides it up ahead for Dan Wildfong. With Forbes McPherson on the far side. Paquette stepping into Dan Wildfong. And now it'll be Wade Lightbody dealing the puck back in to the Fort Worth zone. Dave Sumrick regrouping, banged off the boards, gave it away though, right up top. Scott Shepard to the empty corner. Forbes McPherson got tangled up with Adam Davis. Lundbaum flips it to the blue line, another giveaway. Blevins right towards the goal, kicked out by Sterling. Near side, Scott Shepard rolled off the end boards. McPherson trying to get it in front, but it deflects over to Chad Woolard, and he storms back through center ice. Chips the dump in down low. Quade Lightbody back defensively for the Bugs. Lundbaum all over him. Forbes McPherson back checking. Does battle with Chad Woolard. Woolard and McPherson shove one another. Centering pass. Missed that time. Looking for it. That near wing was Jay Banich. Banich on the keep in though at the blue line. Right side, Chad Woolard. Turnaround move. Rolled it right towards the goal, but wide. Around far wing, Brian Lundbaum cycling for Fort Worth. Up top. Left side, Najelski squeezes it in down in deep behind the goal. Woolard centering pass blocked away by Scott Shepard. Najelski keeps it alive. Chad Woolard behind the goal. Good shift here for Fort Worth. Chad Woolard strong on that puck in the corner, but now lost control of McPherson, and he spins it back out towards center. 12.5 to go in the third period. Brandon Carper rattles a dump in around the boards. Joe Gerby leading for Basil. Jason Basil smacks it off the glass out towards center ice. Soki a big hit on Najelski. Puck pops over to David Oliver. Over the line, stabbed off his stick. Oliver blasts it in around the horn to the near side. Joe Gerby tugged at from behind by Carper. He stops. Good pass by Gerby for Soki behind the net. Craig Soki centering pass. David Oliver had that one knifed away by Brandon Carper in his big reach. And now on the other side, near wing, Bansner over the line, but offside called against Fort Worth. 11:58 to go, third period. 2-0 the Bossier Shreveport Mudbugs with the lead. Great to have you with us here on this Friday night, and hope to see you live and in person tomorrow, 7:05 p.m. Face-off the Mudbugs and the Memphis River Kings. Should be a great contest as the Bugs and River Kings go at it again. Last time the River Kings were in this building, a thrilling shootout just a couple of weeks ago. And it went to the Memphis River Kings 3-2. Mudbugs will be looking for some payback. Travis Bell out from behind his own goal, lost control, but we got a centering pass and a quick shot by Jan Yoss, hit the post off to Ken Carroll's left. Back to Jordan Welsh, slapper blocked by Brett Smith. Quade Lightbody takes it away and he lobs it out towards center. Jan Yoss off the end wall, Travis Bell right back out to Yoss. Knuckled back in, Chris Broussard defensively. Drifting back off his blade, Yoss all over the place right now, but lost control, and it's Broussard out towards center ice. Joran Welsh, airmail right back in. Ken Carroll settles it down for Quade Lightbody. 2-0 the Mudbugs with the lead. Broussard and Dan Wildfong, your goal scorers if you're just checking in with us. On the far wing, puck underneath one of the Brahmas. Paquette takes it away. Sends it over the blue line, whacked at by Chris Broussard. Paquette pushes it wide of Ken Carroll's cage. Behind the goal, Lundbaum turning around near side, centering pass. Woolard right there, stopped by Ken Carroll. Chad Woolard, the league's leading scorer, denied from point-blank range. And now everybody gets together behind the goal. Woolard in the middle of it. Linesman restoring order. Broussard down there. Brian Lundbaum not happy. Big stop by Ken Carroll on Chad Woolard, who is just deadly from that range. A good pass from the near side by Brian Lundbaum, and Chad Woolard, the new Brahmas captain, denied from just inside the hash marks. 10:56 to go, third period. It is 2-0 Bossier Shreveport. We'll bring the face-off back out towards center ice. The Bossier Shreveport Mudbugs are the only team this season to hold Chad Woolard to 0 points on a night. That was back on October 30th. As Fort Worth picked up 2 goals in that contest, including Brad Lukowicz's shootout game winner. Mudbugs on the breakout here. Jason Basil on the far side banks it off the boards. Sumrick back and forth with Lundbaum, and now a cross for Adam Davis. Ahead, Brian Lundbaum revving it up. Lundbaum, neat moves in over the line, comes in. Wrist shot just over the shoulder of Ken Carroll off the glass. Far side Lundbaum behind the goal, Woolard. Look out, stick up in the face of Forbes McPherson, and a penalty coming up against the Fort Worth Brahmas. Forbes all right. And another power play chance upcoming for the Bossier Shreveport Mudbugs. Chad Woolard, who's going to go? Nobody wants to for Fort Worth. High sticking will be the call, says referee Fred Lecoyer. And still nobody going over. And now Lecoyer says, get to the box, Brian Lundbaum. Or go to your room. Be more like it. Lundbaum off for high sticking Forbes McPherson. 9:36 the time. 4th power play chance for the Bossier Shreveport Mudbugs, and a great opportunity here for the possible put away. I'll take a 3-0 lead with Ken Carroll between the pipes and playing the way he has been over the last few games as the put away goal. But still, a lot of time left in this game, and the Mugs have a lot of work to do. Joran Welsh at center ice. Overskated, David Oliver leaving for Travis Bell. Bell across for Chris Broussard. He'll angle in. Rattles around to the far wing. Craig Soki lost control of the bouncing puck, and Aaron Davis takes it away. Across for Jan Yass. They crisscross. Yass dipping down the right side. Wants to beat Broussard. Around the cage. Yass still sticking with it. Now sandwiched into the glass by David Oliver. Fired down in deep and around to the near side. Craig Soki will regroup. He gets shoved from behind. Loose puck. On the near side, Jan Yass still digging. Don't forget Fort Worth. 5 shorthanded goals on the season, leading the Central Hockey League. And it's Chris Broussard across. Dan Wildfong able to one hand down low. Mark Hines behind his own net. Slaps it around. Wildfong on the cutoff. Far wing. Lost the handle though, and it's Adam Davis bouncing it back towards Ken Carroll. Carroll quickly to his right for Forbes McPherson. Across his own zone for Wes Blevins. 47 seconds to go in the Mudbugs power play chance. Shepard to empty space. Chopped at by Adam Davis. Back out and down the left wing side. Here comes the rush. Bansner one-on-one against Wes Blevins. Brian Bansner circling around the Mudbug zone. Backhands it in deep. Wanted Udavicic. Blevins takes the Basil pass, and he'll settle things down. 8:50 to go third period. Forbes McPherson creeping over the line. Pass across. Shepard goes cross corner. Off the boards, Forbes McPherson with control. Mudbugs on the power play for 17 seconds. Quaid Lightbody at the blue line. Wrist shot was blocked by Adam Davis. And now a lead pass, Udavicic trying to bust through the Mudbugs defense. Rolled off his stick in deep in the Mug zone. Basil leaving for Lightbody. 6 seconds to go in the power play chance for the Mudbugs. They'll fall to 0 for 4. Shepard leaving for Brett Smith down the right side. Has Manitowicz. Brett Smith in front for Manitowicz just under his stick. Back up top. Lightbody is shot. Glove down. Scramble forward. Manitowicz, he scores! The Mudbugs take a 3-0 lead. Quaid Lightbody right to the front of the goal. And I believe Ryan Manitowicz knocked it in as it was dropped by Larry Sterling. Who is not a happy camper. He'll go get a new stick after he smacked that last one. Quaid Lightbody from the left point, sailing it in. It was dropped by Larry Sterling, who had Manitowicz right in his face. And then it was knocked into the back of the goal. 3-0 your score. Watch the overhead replay to see who did get the last stick on it. Brett Smith was down there. But it looks like Ryan Manitowicz might just have goals in 3 consecutive games. The 11:43 will be the time. Quaid Lightbody will get the primary assist. It'll be his second helper of the evening. And 3-0 is your score. They have put 2 minutes on the board for Chad Wooler. The Mudbugs will have a power play chance as well. Didn't see what that was. And we'll get the announcement for you as well, as the Mudbugs will have their 5th power play chance. Brett Smith, near side, behind the goal, up top right there. Nicholson towards the goal, and a save by Sterling. Behind the goal. Centering pass, Smith, he scores! Brett Smith on the redirect. It's 4-0 Mudbugs. Power play goal. They're on fire. Manitowich, Brett Smith. The Mudbugs all over Larry Sterling. What a redirect that was. Brett Smith right in front, tipping it right by goaltender Sterling, and he's got his 3rd professional goal. Brett Smith on the power play. Two goals, 20 seconds apart. Ryan Manitowich and Brett Smith in tight on Larry Sterling. That one just a beautiful redirection by Brett Smith, showing off the hands. And the Mudbugs lead by 4. Nicholson dumping it in on the far side. He'll figure in on that goal as well. Centering pass, Manitowich. Back up top, Lyle Steenbergen. Smith, a big hit he takes from Davis. Turned around, Manitowich still cycling. This line all over the place for the Bugs right now, playing with all kinds of confidence. Smith, Manitowich, Steenbergen out there right now, taking the place of Broussard. Manitowich takes a body check from Aaron Davis. To the far wing, Steenbergen crashing and banging. Rolled back out towards Jason Basil, and he slaps it in down low, all the way around to the near side. Darrell Upton to the blue line. High slot Shepard all alone. Fires a shot. Hit the post behind Sterling. Scott Shepard almost made it a fistful. A rocket shot from the slot, and Sterling heard that one ring off the iron. Shepard wants to know if it hit the back bar, but I don't believe it did. .7:09 to go, 3rd period. Mudbugs with a 4-0 lead. Looked like that one either hit the crossbar dead on or hit the elbow of the net. 4-0 is your score. Trickles back to the blue line. Jason Basil, right side. Lobs it in behind the cage. Doing battle down low, Scott Shepard. Centering pass, and now with control, Banich. Another giveaway by the Brahmas. They've been sloppy in their own zone. Bell towards the goal, blocked by Hines. Breakout pass, and here comes Jay Banich, rink wide, over the blue line, left wing side. Forbes McPherson tips it around to the near wing. Scott Shepard with control. He just rang it off the post behind Sterling. Left wing pass, Jason Basil chips it up the near wood. Hines back through center, Joran Welsh through center, but all by himself, surrounded by Mudbugs. And he just has to toss it to the far wing. 6:16 to go in this 3rd period as Dan Wildfong in over the line, throws it to the far corner as the Mudbugs completing a line change. 4-0 is your score. The Bugs all over the Fort Worth Brahmas, who entered this game winners of 7 in a row. Brandon Carper missed on the pass for Paquette. Paquette Woolard, with the exception of a couple of scoring chances, have been non-existent in this game. Wes Blevins for Dan Wildfong. Look out, a giveaway though. Chad Woolard in the slot. Wrister, and it's chested down by Kent Carroll. He finds that one as Chad Woolard is denied. Now Wildfong and Woolard get tied up with one another. David Oliver steps into Woolard. 5:48 to go. Period number 3. The Bossier Shreveport Mudbugs with a 4-0 lead. 2 goals, 20 seconds apart. Brett Smith, Ryan Manitowich. The newly formed line, those two playing together and playing with all kinds of confidence right now, and it's great to see. Ryan Manitowich with goals in each of the last 3 games. Paquette's pass off a skate. Quade Lightbud, he's got 2 assists in this game. Soki off the glass for Gerby. Joe Gerby streaking through center ice. 1-on-2 to the outside on Ajelski. A wrist shot sailed wide. Around for Lightbody. fires a slap shot. That one sailed into the corner. Chad Woolard takes it away, goes for the dump in. In deep for Quaid Lightbody, and reverse for Chris Broussard. Broussard ahead, Joe Gerby scampers back out towards center ice. Dips down that left wing around Sumrick. Gerby with control. Drop pass, Chris Broussard, hard angle slap shot off a leg and all the way back out towards center as we approach 5 minutes to go in regulation. The Mudbugs with a very comfortable 4-0 lead. Fort Worth again trying to break out. They've been sloppy on the breakouts here in this game. Aaron Davis for Darrell Upton over the line. Aaron Davis left side slap shot, and Ken Carroll coolly slides over to make the stop. Brett Smith now coming back 3-on-2 of the Mudbugs. Hurry this line at it again. Smith into enemy ice. Offside called. That time maybe a case of the speed just being too much for one another. As Ryan Manitowicz and Chris Broussard broke off to the left of Brett Smith, the puck carrier. 4:43 to go, period number 3. 4-0, the Bossier Shreveport Mudbugs with the lead. Hope you'll join us tomorrow night, 7:05 p.m. face-off. The Mudbugs ready to take on the Memphis River Kings. Get your tickets through Ticketmaster. Cranked in by Wes Blevins behind the cage. And it'll be Larry Sterling looking on. Adam Davis across. And to the near wing, Aaron Davis with control. Pass picked off at center ice by Lyle Steenbergen. Deflects in deep in the Mudbug zone. Travis Bell circling. Bell slides it up the boards. Darrell Upton shovels it down in deep. Jan Yost trying to shove that one, blocked by Travis Bell. Just out-muscled Yost that time. Forbes McPherson regrouping. 4:10 to go in the third period. The Mudbugs with a 4-0 lead against the Fort Worth Brahmas. The Brahmas on their way to watching the winning streak come to an end. McPherson carrying, trying to go high slot. And it got deflected back out towards center red. Matt Nicholson waits for his teammates to get back on side. And he guns the dump in around. Banich sending it back out through center ice. And it's Joe Gerby with control. Back for Matt Nicholson. 3:45 to go third period. Matt Nicholson hoists it in. Mark Hines back for the Fort Worth Brahmas. Soki lining him up. Nick Udavicic just tosses it back out towards center. Banich lining up Matt Nicholson at center. Two big boys colliding there. Neither budged. Dump in into the Brahmas end. Udavicic ahead. Steal by Soki in the high slot. Try to feather it down low. Gerby took a stick into the midsection. And a penalty coming up is Joe Gerby. It looked like took either a slash, and that's the case, as referee Lacroix signals slashing against Jay Banich, and another penalty. 4,772 fans on hand here on this Friday night at the Century Tel Center. Banich goes off on a slashing call, 16:40 the time. 6 power play chance. The Mudbugs are 1 for 5. And another good power play opportunity here. This puck sailed down in deep. Behind the goal, Brett Smith doing battle. Steenbergen stepping on. He gets some power play time. Working with Manitowicz and Smith. Steenbergen stepping in. Down low for Brett Smith. Walking out right through the goal mouth. Into the corner it rolls, and now the net has been dislodged. As the linesmen have to race in there, but no rough stuff coming up. 3:02 to go in period number 3. 4-0 the Mudbugs with the lead. Ken Carroll has been perfect at the other end. All the action's been off to our left in this third period, with the Mudbugs pouring on the goals. But Ken Carroll with 21 saves. And is 3 minutes away from the 100th victory of his professional career. Mudbugs on the power play again. Wes Blevins cranks it into the corner. Lyle Steenbergen stick handling in the phone booth up top for Wes Blevins at the blue line. Wrist shot save. Rebound in front. Brett Smith trying to find it, but it's taken away, banged off the near boards. All right, Chad Woolard all the way back. Ken Carroll taps it for Wes Blevins. 1:20 to go in the Mudbugs' 6th power play chance. Basil for Gerby. Joe Gerby over the line. Rolls it down in deep. Behind the goal, Soki for Gerby. Joe Gerby circling. Wrist shot. And that one's fought off by Sterling and deflects up his blocker or shoulder into the protective netting, so it'll be a puck out of play and a face-off staying in the Brahmas zone. 2:26 to go third period. Mudbugs with a very comfortable 4-0 lead. Great to have you with us here on this Friday night at the Century Tel Center. 4,700 plus enjoying all the hockey action here on this holiday weekend. Brassard across for Jason Basil, storming down that right wing. Jason Basil carrying to the near side for Joe Gerby. Gerby into the corner. Basil walks back behind the goal. Jason Basil near wing again. Joe Gerby operating along the half wall. Fakes the shot, now goes down low. David Oliver rotating with Gerby. Left wing circle, down low. Joe Gerby, side of the cage. Gerby slides it up top. Chris Brassard, left point. Fakes the shot, now takes it. Deflected just wide by David Oliver. Behind the goal, Gerby. For Soki, a shot tipped by Oliver just wide. Around Basil. Back into Oliver. Behind the net, doing battle Hines. Big cluster of players right in front of the goal judge. Gerby getting knocked down. Hines trying to kick it free. David Oliver with some more support, but it rolls into the far corner. Paquette converged on, but now grabbed by Hines, and he flings it all the way down the full 200 feet. 1:45 to go in period number 3. 4-0, the Bossier Shreveport Mudbugs with the lead. Chris Brassard through center. Travis Bell ran into Aaron Davis, rolled back towards the Brahmas blue line. Davis now circling, and he will redirect in with 10 seconds to go in the Mudbugs power play opportunity. Travis Bell scurries ahead. 1:20 to go in the hockey game, and the Mudbugs fans here get ready to crank up the noise level as we get closer to 1 minute left in tonight's action. The Bugs with a very solid performance. We were scoreless after one period of play. Bugs got the breakaway goal from Chris Brassard and then opened it up in the third period with 3 goals, including 2 of them 20 seconds apart. Nicholson up ahead for Dan Wildfong. All the way across to the far wing. Penalty coming up, and on the far side, Shepard and Nijelski shove one another. And referee Fred Lecoyer is going to signal Shepard on a penalty here in the final seconds. 46 seconds to go, third period. High sticking will be the call, and it'll be a late power play chance for the Fort Worth Brahmas to try to get something on the board. .46 seconds to go, period number 3. Jan Jas flips it back. And it's Dave Sumrick with control, left wing side. Jas in over the line. Jan Jas needs to move to the left circle. Wrist shot by Davis over the head of Ken Carroll. Well off the mark. 30 seconds to go. Carper up in the air, all the way around to the far corner. And the Mudbugs again battle and get that puck out. Wes Blevins, more great defensive work. And the countdown will begin. Ken Carroll looking at win number 100 in his professional career, and what a way to do it tonight. A dozen seconds to go, third period. Pick off by Dan Wildfong at center. He just shovels it all the way back down, and you'll hear the noise for the Mudbugs fans. 5 seconds to go. Shutout for Ken Carroll and the Mudbugs. Ending streak of the Fort Worth Brahmas. It stops at 7. .4 your final score. And for Ken Carroll, his 14th career shutout, 13 of them here with the Bossier Shreveport Mudbugs, and his 100th professional win. 21 saves tonight, and some huge ones. Going back to the second period on Aaron Davis. Chad Woolard point blank in the third period before all the goals came. Ken Carroll very quietly getting the job done, and his numbers continue to just get lower and lower as far as goals against go. Third in the CHL entering this game. He improves to 6-1-0. And the goals against getting tinier and tinier. First shutout of the year for Ken Carroll, the Mudbugs second overall. And Ken Carroll with 21 saves. Newly engaged Ken Carroll, congratulated by his teammates. We'll take a break and return with the Krista Shumpert Mudbugs postgame show. 4-0 your final score. The shutout of the Fort Worth Brahmas, ending their 7-game winning streak and completely blanking some of the top scorers in the entire Central Hockey League. 4-0 your final score. We'll take a break and return with more from the Century Tel Center. It's the Mudbugs defeating the Brahmas tonight on KWKH AM 1130.
It's no secret we're living in very stress-filled and dangerous times, and many people are in harm's way. This is Ken Nichols from the University Church of Christ in Shreveport. As a former commander in the Navy and now a full-time administrator at Willis-Knighton Health Systems, I'm very aware of the challenges we face every day. Not only the servicemen and women at home and overseas, but also the families of those troops supporting our freedom. We at University Church of Christ strongly believe in supporting our troops through the avenue of prayer. It seems prayer is the one thing that really binds all of us together. It comforts, protects, and strengthens our faith in God. Won't you please join me and our other church members and become a parent in prayer today?
You're invited for Sunday morning worship services, 8:15 or 10:30 at University Church of Christ, a place to call home on East 70th at Burt Coons in Shreveport. See you at University Church of Christ.
People with life-limiting illness sometimes need more than medical care. That's why there's LifePath Hospice Care Services. A team of experienced, skilled specialists give needed help and support coordinating care within the healthcare system. LifePath Hospice Care serving you and your loved ones with a compassionate approach to care in your home or nursing home setting. Live life fully, maintain dignity, and keep personal control over life. Call LifePath Hospice Care Services to comfort always.
If you need money for that special holiday gift, for that very special someone, turn to your friends at First Capital Loan in Shreveport. Big loans or small, loans up to $20,000 at First Capital Loan, where you're treated like family. In many cases, get your money in about an hour, and you're ready for holiday shopping. Call for your free credit application, 687-0018, 687-0018. When you need that extra money, think First Capital Loan.
Brett Smith, Ryan